This video is how dark mode killed good design. This is going to be very hard to sway my opinion on because I use dark mode on fucking everything. I even have a browser extension that turns websites into dark mode because once you do it, in my opinion, you can't quit. Once you get used to dark mode, you realize how bad light mode is. It's just painful having bright-ass white background shoved into your eyes 24/7. I really believe dark mode is superior. So let's hear this woman out. I am very biased against her position, but maybe she'll fucking cook. Slightly. And of course, because I have ADHD crippling, I have to put it to 1.1 times speed. Let's go.
I've been a dark mode user for basically as long as I can remember, mainly because the alternative feels like it requires eclipse glasses.
Right?
And I sort of assumed that everybody on the internet was in agreement. Dark mode is better than light mode. Look at that versus that.
Yes,
But after an argument with friends evolved into an obsession, I accidentally spent weeks researching the rise and the risks of dark mode, and I'm starting to worry that dark
She's gonna tell me that my eyes are gonna burn out of the socket, so isn't she? Fuck this.
mode is killing good design. Thank you to Hostinger for sponsoring this video, and to our patrons for supporting the channel.
Chill.
Do you guys use dark mode on your phone?
No.
Why did you say it like a slur, Melissa?
Would you want to read a book like you're reading?
Do you guys use dark mode on your phone? Do you guys use dark mode on your phone? What? Cha-Cha! Oh my god, hi Cha-Cha! Welcome in, Raiders! Hi, I hope you guys had a good stream. By the way, I use the pregunta and the embarazada joke that you came up with all the time. I use it 24/7, and I like it a lot. It's very good. It's fucking elite tier material, and I think that you should be crowned a god for it. So I hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, everybody. We just started the react portion of today's stream. We're watching a video that's gonna tell us why dark mode is apparently bad for you, which I think is bullshit because I love dark mode and I swear my eyes are better off without it. But I don't know, maybe she's fucking cooking something. We'll see!
Reading a website from 2008 on the dark web?
Do you think the dark web is just dark websites? Is this what you think the dark web is? Listen, everyone knows that this is a silly conversation that no one should have because dark mode is good when it is dark. And light mode is good when it is light.
No, dark mode is supposed to be like easier, it's better for your eyes, like
Yeah!
all of the time.
Why isn't it called better for your eyes all the time mode?
No, I swear I read a
Better for your eyes all the time mode. This guy is such an actually fucking guy. This guy's an actually fucking guy. Like, he is the definition. He is the very reason why the actually emote was made. Why would anyone call it that? Yeah, why would anyone call it that? It's too many syllables. People love convenience. What a fucking stupid question.
thing at some point where it was just like, it's easier to read?
Says
It's
who?
easier to read
Says
if it's
who?
dark.
Says who?
So, in case you didn't
Oh,
know, the mission of
ow!
this channel is to encourage curiosity.
She's flashbanging
That
me
means
on
that I
purpose
don't
in this
think
video.
that there are any stupid questions. At least until I heard Taha and Melissa question dark mode. But they are my friends, so I'm gonna do the kind thing and spend way too long trying to prove them wrong.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. She got one guide by her friends who use light mode, which I know some of you do. Some of you in my Discord will post like a screenshot of your Discord. It's always like a shock. It's like looking into the life of somebody who's like mentally ill, like severely, like in a hoarding situation, but like digitally they're in a hoarding situation. And so they have light mode on. And every time I see it, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I feel so bad for them. Yeah. There's some people who use light mode in my Discord, and I feel bad for you every single day of my life. I hate the light mode Discord. Yep, me too. They suck.
Ooh, that rhymes. Let's do it.
I started by reading articles and Reddit threads to get a refresher on why people think dark mode is better than light mode.
Cause it is.
The idea is, why are you guys over there? Get over here. The idea is that if I can prove that these claims are true, then dark mode wins. If I can't, I want to think about that. The whole process took a little over an afternoon, but eventually I found that the whole debate can basically be boiled down into 3 claims. It's better for your health at night, it uses less battery power, and it's easier to read. So I looked into some academic research.
I don't think it's only that either. I also think you're missing the 4th hidden benefit, which is that supposedly with dark mode you would sleep better. Because if you're one of those people who uses your screen at night, I think like really light white screens are gonna keep you awake longer than dark screens. That's just a theory though. I can't fucking prove that. But I feel like the dark mode is going to be worse for keeping, it's gonna be better for keeping you like from not being awake all night.
on those claims. Pretty easy. There aren't that many. But here's what I found. The
Not
health
that
argument
many.
claims that dark mode reduces the amount of blue light
What if I
hitting
just
your
like it
eyes,
better?
which improves your sleep, and the lower overall brightness reduces eye strain. However, it's still up for debate whether the color of light alone actually affects your sleep that much. And while a lot of
Wait,
people,
she is
myself
talking about it.
included,
Am I
use dark
stupid?
mode because light mode feels like a flash bomb, it probably
is!
isn't the main source of our eye strain. In dark rooms, your pupils expand, making it harder to focus your vision, which might cause fatigue. So, if you're using your phone at night, it might actually be better to brighten your surroundings instead of darkening your screen. But if you actually care about your eye health, the best choice is
Yeah, let me just go to sleep with like my fucking lights on. That way I can use light mode. It's so totally worth it.
unfortunately obvious. You gotta stop using your phone so much. When we look at screens, we actually end up blinking shocked.
I know it's that damn phone. I know it's that damn phone. That's what everybody on the internet tells me. That's what my grandma would tell me. It's that damn phone. That damn phone is making your back hurt. That damn phone is giving you a cough. That damn phone is giving you diarrhea. Okay, I get it. It's the damn phone. But like, in the meantime, can we minimize the harm?
Shockingly less than usual, which leads to dry eyes. And research is emerging that an entire generation of iPad kids have worse vision because of it. But let's assume
Is
you
it
don't
true?
actually care and you just want to use your phone for as long as possible.
I had to get, I needed glasses from a very young age. Like, probably, I got them, I think, in second grade, but I did not wear them until 5th grade. Like, I literally struggled with bad vision for years because I didn't want to be bullied worse than I already was. But then when I started using them, life got better because I was like, wow, so you really can see things, you know? But I needed it from a very young age. But I didn't have a fucking iPad as a kid, obviously. I think it just runs in the family most of the time.
Dark mode can definitely help. On OLED screens, which is becoming
Would
the
you use contacts? I've used contacts before. I just don't understand how people can do that, like, every day. Like, every fucking day, waking up and putting contacts in your fucking eyes. What happens, like, when you get a tear in the contact? What happens if one day it gets stuck to your fucking eyelids? What happens if you get, like, if it fucks up and you have to remove it yourself and you're gonna have to run to the fucking eye doctor? I don't want to deal with that. Please don't pause in a flashbang on the screen. No! My fucking hair is a flashbang, and if you don't like it,
norm for
cry.
modern mobile devices, displaying darker colors requires less battery power. So all that remains is readability. Now there are a few papers out there that explore whether it is easier to read in dark mode. However, these sample groups can vary a lot, and I'm a little bit worried that it doesn't accurately reflect you guys watching this. So I did a little experiment. My steampunk phase finally came in handy. In order to see how display
Oh my
modes
God, she's
impact
a
readability,
scientist.
I coded a few games. I tested proofreading with a typing test, processing speed with a Stroop test, yellow, and legibility with a bunch of differently sized characters, kind of like what you see at an eye doctor. Zed. I created 2 versions of each game, a light mode and a dark mode.
Shadi, if I came up like a test for you guys, like this, would you take it for me? Would you give me your data? Would you give me your information? Of course, that's going to be me when I give you guys the survey and you fill out all your personal data so that I can find your exact living location. You'll all do it, right?
And I use my hosting or business web hosting plan to get this project online. If you want to try out these games, they're linked in the description. Now, I usually just upload my files and call it a day. But it turns out, search engines hate my lazy code. In fact, if you search
I
spell
miss
check
old
game, which is a
website
game
styles.
that I made, I'm the 3rd search result. 2nd place, Reddit. 1st place, a complete dupe of my game that I have nothing to do with.
No
I did
way.
ask for it though.
Dupe my website.
So this time, I set up a hosting or managed WordPress, which comes with a free domain and email, top-notch security, and of course, search engine-friendly themes. I quickly put the website together and just embedded my games using custom HTML blocks. And now look at the search results. But the best part is that WordPress comes with a bunch of plugins that let me push my idea even further than I
Hello?
could with my
Is
coding
this an
ability
ad?
alone. I collected a whole bunch of information
it?
using a forms plugin, and I randomized the order people
She's
saw
shilling
tests and whether they
WordPress.
saw a dark mode or light mode version of the
WordPress
website
shill.
using an A/B test plugin. Science! And then I shared it with y'all and got a reasonable amount of responses.
She got me.
Psych, I got over.
Chat, I almost always catch them when they're adding, when they're shilling, and I skip it, but she fucking got me. Holy fuck, I got duped by a woman.
2000. It was wild seeing how just a few lazy lines of code could become all of this. A complex website with randomized experiments that could reach across the world. And that is thanks to Hostinger, who puts all of these resources
she did
together
it!
for a fraction
she
of the
got us!
usual cost.
Oh,
So
she
if you
got
go
us!
to hostinger.com/answer in progress, you will find out. Thank
So
you once again to
crazy.
Host.
All right, I've got some graphs for you.
She fucking got me.
Ironically, I think I need to use my code editor in light mode so that you could actually see my face. Anyway, since we're controlling for time in every test, we can get an idea of each individually isn't very useful because what cases where someone might have a high concentration or slower dark mode.
This is my brain, by the way, when somebody tries to have a conversation
the
with me.
original data set.
What?
Okay, ignore all the boring stuff. Basically, what this graph shows is that light mode users always scored better when using light mode. On the other hand, dark mode users didn't always do better with dark mode. When it comes to legibility, light mode consistently led to higher scores compared to dark mode, regardless of preference. An interesting
Dark mode bros. Dark mode bros. Dark mode bros. Are we gonna let them shit on us like this? Are we gonna let them fucking shit on us like this? I'm not gonna take that. Your study sucks. Yeah, I reject these results as well. This is bullshit. This is garbage. This doesn't prove anything. Master of Stuff's welcome. I'm not using dark mode for performance, I'm using it for comfort. Same!
This is in line with research, which finds that the higher brightness of light mode actually constricts your pupil to improve your vision. The main exception is for folks with
But this is insane. This is crazy. Because the most legible type of font is white letters with a black border. That is the most legible type so that you can read it on anything. You can read it on anything if you have it that way. Not necessarily so for black letters and a white border. It's not as legible. This is my argument. No, I'm right. You're wrong.
low vision, where brightness doesn't matter as much as contrast. So which mode wins? Well, your eye health is mainly managed by your screen time, and your battery life is mainly managed by your charger. So you could say that readability or legibility is actually the only claim where display mode plays the most important role. If that's the case, then light mode wins. I know it kinda sounds like I'm grasping at straws, and that's because I am. When I started this video, I expected to find a clear winner. I wanted it to be dark mode, but I was ready for light mode or adaptive mode. I wasn't prepared for the reality that it doesn't seem to matter. Like, dark mode is technically better for your battery and more ergonomic in the dark, and light mode can lead to clearer vision and reduce eye strain because it is so uncomfortable to look at.
Reduce eye strain because it's uncomfortable to look at? What, huh?
It'll force you to look away from your screen more often, which is actually what helps. But if we ignore—
What? Like, that's gonna stop me. Light mode users, do you look away from your screen more often because it hurts your eyes? I feel like light mode users have no concept of it hurting their eyes, otherwise they would use dark mode like other normal citizens of the world. Like, it clearly doesn't make them look away more because in their mind it does not hurt to look at. That's why they're fucking light mode users. I don't agree that people would do something that's painful for their eyes just because they secretly know that it makes them look away more often. That's just crazy.
Or that all of that's like comparing apples and oranges. The real reason that there isn't a winner is because those apples and oranges are tiny. These pros and cons have such a marginal effect in day-to-day life or rely on circumstances that are
you
so
telling me it
specific
doesn't matter?
that on average, in most cases,
But I want to shit on
they
light
aren't
mode
worth
users.
bringing up. And I'm not the only one who believes that.
And I'd like to show you a new side of Mojave.
Oh no. What is
call it
this?
Dark mode.
Okay, so in 2018, Apple releases dark mode on their Mac operating system. It builds off of this 2014
The best invention of Mac of all time.
update where the primary focus was just one thing.
Yeah, baby!
And it's so great for pros. It makes photographic content pop off the screen.
So Apple launches dark mode with their primary user base in mind, artists and designers who want to be able to focus on their work and also mimic the environments where it might be seen. Battery life and ergonomics aren't even mentioned. But that doesn't stop a wave of apps and services from using those claims to justify why they started offering dark mode after.
Bro, but companies will lie about anything if that makes them money. They'll lie about anything, bro. They'll just say any old thing if it's not illegal, and they think it'll make them an extra buck. That doesn't mean anything.
After 2018. And this is like super weird to me, because after just 1 week of some pretty basic research, I found that the reality of those claims aren't as compelling as they originally appear. They're all generally true, but they're not seemingly worth the time, money, and effort for major services to overhaul their design choices to accommodate accommodate dark mode. But they didn't.
No, it is. It is because people don't want to use fucking light mode. That is why it is a good reason to do it. All that other shit is just excuses so they don't have to tell the consumer that we did it because we think it'll make us more sales and people are more likely to buy the shit if they have it. Okay, everything else is just an excuse, okay? For some reason, companies really don't want to tell you that the motive is money. I don't know why. You can just say that you want to make money. Like, we released this because it's popular and we think people will want to buy it, or whatever. And that's it. Like, it's that simple. Instead, they have to pretend that, like, they're good people and they're doing it for, like, the love of the game. The only game you love is fucking profit.
Anyway, and I just want to know why. Like, the real reason. I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but it can't just be battery life and ergonomics, right? So what was it? I started by asking why dark mode was invented, because I know it predates Apple in 2018. But the further I...
Well, there was probably some motherfucker out there with autism just like me who said, you know what? The current internet environment is so fucking painful. What if I just took the white spaces and I turned them into dark spaces? And then they made it themselves, and then some other dude saw it and he was like, what the fuck? That's so cool. I wish my computer looked like that. And then all the autists got together and started using it. And then the normies were like, wow, it does feel better on my eyes. And then they took it and then it spread like a plague, but a good plague.
Search, the more obvious it became that I'm asking the wrong question, because it turns out dark mode actually came first.
What?
Now, I'm certain that plenty of you already knew this, but for those of us who don't, here's a quick history lesson.
Welcome. When computers first came around, they used cathode ray tubes, or CRT displays. The screen was coated in phosphors that lit up when shot with electrons. But technical limitations meant that CRT displays only lit up where needed. This resulted in light content on a dark background. Wait a second, is that dark mode? Whoa! Huh. But by the 80s, we...
This sounds like a conclusion that I would go to. This is the conclusion I would go to. I'd be like, oh, dark mode was first. Because in the beginning, there was only white text on the dark black background. It's a black ground because it's a background that's black. The black ground.
Were able to consistently light up the full screen, and computer companies could replace text displays with graphical user interfaces.
Green text? No, that came later.
GUI! The term GUI is just so gross.
GUI.
There were infinite possibilities, limitless design opportunities. So what did they settle on? Oh.
Hey, Chatty, are you an internet sciences major? Because you're making my pants feel real gooey right now. Let me fucking hydrate.
Making documents look like paper and wastebaskets look like wastebaskets wasn't groundbreaking.
Was that Riz?
But that was kind of the point. Personal computers were so new to the average person that designers intentionally bridged that knowledge gap by using skeuomorphic design, which mimics tangible objects and experiences in the digital world.
I'm sorry, can somebody look up skeuomorphic for me right now? SKEUMORPHIC. Skeuomorphic. What the fuck is that? It's a real word? I understand it's a real word. I need to know what it is. She just explained it? Was I not listening? A term most often used in graphical user interface. Okay, that's all I need to know.
And it turns out a pretty common physical experience is light mode.
But this suggests that dark mode and light mode weren't originally intended to be competition. They were just familiar to different groups of people. Now, interestingly, this also makes them an early example of...
They're not competition. That would imply that a sizable number of people use light mode. Everybody knows the only people using light mode are people who are either A, insane, or B, boomers who don't know dark mode exists yet.
Universal design, since they consider an individual user's needs and experience. This was shockingly rare for the time because most things were designed from an individual programmer's perspective or a marketing one. The actual person who was going to use the product was rarely considered. And this totally reframes the way I think about dark mode and light mode, because I think it was doomed to fail. You see, I was trying to prove that one display mode was objectively better than the other using averages. But I forgot that good design isn't for the average. It's for a person, and that person can evolve. When Apple first started playing with dark mode in
Are you trying to make me see light mode users as people? Oh my god, I caught on to your scheme. What the fuck do you think this is? Do you think I'm that fucking stupid? You think I'm gonna acknowledge that light mode users are human beings? Oh, you got a new thing coming. That'll never happen. That'll never fucking happen. Strip rights from light mode users now!
14, it coincided with the company's overall shift away from skeuomorphic design. It was no longer necessary since their ideal user was familiar enough with technology that they could
They should have a public registry. Whenever you move into your neighborhood, you just get a notification that your neighbor is a light mode user, and you're instantly just like, I don't know, this neighborhood's kind of fucked up. I think I might need to leave. Cool, Gara, welcome.
adapt to uniquely digital features like dark mode. So I guess the real winner of the dark mode, light mode debate is actually all of us, the people who are benefiting from the options that come with good, thoughtful design.
I'm an American. I believe in the freedom of choice. I just think that if you choose to use light mode, you deserve less human rights. Like, it's really simple. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial here.
Oh, sorry. What the?
Exciting new ways
I can
to
tint them all
personalize your
with color.
Awesome new
Starting
look for app icons when we go into
Dark mode has gone too far and it's killing good design. Last week, when I was supposed to be finishing up this video,
Oh, this is the meat of the video. Okay, this is the meat. Here it is, the title. We have it right here. How dark mode killed good design. She's finally getting to what the fucking title was, and she's gonna tell me why I can't use dark mode.
Apple launched iOS 18 and with it an update to dark mode, specifically dark mode icons with an optional tint. I lost another week just trying to figure out why it bugged me so much.
Let's turn it on. Isn't that cool?
I thought it was
Isn't
because of
that
the way
cool?
he clearly doesn't think it's cool. It's pre-recorded. He could have done it again. But I think it's actually because unlike previous dark mode updates, this time they never specify who they think this is useful for. Now, usually when the use case isn't obvious, the answer is accessibility, which is great, except that can't possibly be the case here because the photo they used to announce the dark mode tint feature doesn't comply with the web content accessibility guidelines. Instead, it feels like they've kind of lost sight of what people actually want from dark mode. And part of me can't even blame them, because over the past 40 years,
You know, I have noticed some problems, and I feel like it may be partly because of the extension I use to turn websites into dark mode automatically, but sometimes it'll like fuck up and the font will turn to a color that is illegible and I have to turn it back to light mode in order to be able to read it. And then sometimes like images will be turned into, what's the word? Like negative colors? They'll turn the image into a negative. It's really weird. I don't know why, but I have to fucking turn it off for Google Docs, and it kinda sucks.
dark mode has come to represent so many different things. Terminal heritage, high contrast, battery efficiency, low brightness, simplification, and more. Those are a lot of valid design considerations, but the issue is that Apple didn't want to consider them. This update feels like Apple doing the bare minimum and leaving the onus on users to figure.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Billion-dollar company does the bare minimum because they don't want to pay people to do a good job. They just want to sell product as quickly as possible. Many such cases. People were shocked. People died. People fucking fell out of their chairs and got like their backs broken out of pure amazement of this information. Company greedy? No way! Stell one, welcome.
Out how to actually make it useful. It's this laziness that I found increasingly common in so many apps and services that
But that's not dark mode's fault, that's Apple's fault. That's Apple's fault for not fucking giving a shit.
I'm so obsessed with offering new features that they've stopped considering.
Ah, shit. That's a dono. Aaron Kelly, welcome. Not sure if it has a message. I guess not.
How a person, an individual, is gonna use them all, which makes all of those options that once represented good design.
Chatty, I'm sorry. I really want to click on this video. Why women's pockets are useless. Do you guys know about this lore? Do you know this female lore about our pockets? Oh, I feel no, I shouldn't get derailed. I shouldn't get derailed, but I shouldn't get derailed, but okay.
Women's pockets. If they even exist, they are usually too small to hold anything useful.
I love how every single time I like go outside and I'm wearing jeans, I need to check to see if like I need to bring like a purse or if I'm wearing one of my jeans that has pockets. I haven't sorted them out. I feel like other women are much better about being women because they know the pocket problem, and so they probably prepare. They're like, okay, let me sort out my pants so I know these ones have pockets and these don't have pockets, and these are the ones I'm gonna wear out because I want to be able to put my phone in my fucking pocket. But no, the real reason that women have purses and bags and shit is because they can't even put shit in their pockets.
You think this is an exception, right? Wrong, because I DIY'd my own pocket since the original one barely fit a phone. Sideways. Why? To figure it out, I'm measuring.
Another reason I like small fucking phones. I will never upgrade this phone, okay? This phone I have right now, I have the iPhone 13 motherfucking mini. That's what I have. That's right, the last of its kind. They stopped making minis with the 13. I got the last fucking model, and I don't want to ever upgrade because I don't want some giant big ass motherfucking phone. Holy shit, how do you people hold this stuff? How do you hold it? My hands were not made to hold these monsters they're inventing these days. It's insanity, I tell you. Yeah, big yowie hands is what you people must have. It's insane.
Pockets out in the wild, fact-checking conspiracy theories with history, and solving my pocket problem once and for all. At some point this is gonna go terribly wrong, I could feel it coming. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring a portion of this video, and to our patrons for supporting the channel. So I've been buying
gonna get
pants
me again,
for most
guys.
of my
I gotta be
life,
vigilant
and
this time.
despite my best efforts, I usually look like that meme. You see that? I too
Well,
cannot fit my
loco.
hand in my pocket properly, let alone my phone or my wallet.
Yeah.
You know, useful things. And you might be wondering, why not just buy a purse or a sling, right? It's out of principle. Because you know that
That's what they want you to do. That's what the man wants you to do. That's what big fashion wants you to do. That's what Gucci wants you to do. And I refuse to do what they want me to do. Ah! I say as I own several bags.
conspiracy theory about how the pants sold in women's sections have really small pockets to force the people who shop there to buy purses instead. I hate that, but I think about it every time I interact with my pockets. And one such time, kind of recently, I turned on my critical thinking and realized, that doesn't make sense. Why would seemingly every single pants company conspire to prop up the purse industry? Especially since a lot of these companies don't have a stake in it. And if they did, then why not take it a step further and shrink men's pockets so they also have to buy bags? The way this realized
Yeah, we should shrink men's pockets so that you all have to have like those fucking nerdy ass cargo looking backpacks on your back everywhere you go to hold your giant ass phones. Cause a man loves himself a big ass phone, okay? Every time I see a dude, he's got like a monster phone. Shit's wild. I think we should delete all your pockets so you have the same problem. Now, the real reason that they won't do that to men's pants is because men won't buy them.
has shaken my sense of reality. Because if the fashion companies are behind this, then why are my pockets so small? I started by looking past the conspiracy for a second and actually trying to figure out if the things I've complained about for years is even true.
It is!
Are women's pants pockets really disproportionately small? Like, there's a world where this is just a huge misunderstanding, right? What if pants pockets are just proportional to pants size? And if people who are buying women's pants are smaller on average than men, then their pockets would be too. Except I found this article by The Pudding. They're an incredible data journalism publication, and they measured 80 pairs of jeans from the 20 most popular brands in the
Look at
US.
that.
They found that pockets sold in the women's section were 48% shorter and 6.5% narrower than
48%?
men's. That's suspicious. But the point of a hypothesis is to do everything you can to disprove it, right? And the problem with this report is that it only focused on jeans with a 32-inch waist. This evidence for a pocket problem might
32?
change or even vanish if we look at a wider range of styles and sizes. Someone should do that. I did. I went to the local thrift shop, which had a conveniently randomized selection of brands, styles, and sizes. For 2 hours, I looked at jeans, joggers, and dress pants across the full spectrum of sizes they
joggers?
had available. I lost count of how many pairs of pants I looked at, but it struck me how each pair contained a fragment of someone else's history, now up for sale. And while I was fine for a pair of pants, when it comes to your personal information, it's a different story. Luckily,
Nope, I got her. I fucking got her. I got you, bitch. I caught you. I caught you before you could go into your sponsor. How does it feel? How does it feel to get caught? Literally caught. Caught. See, you see that most replayed? Yeah. Me and all those other people who caught you.
Once I got back from the thrift store, I loaded the pictures on Photoshop. I was able to use the ruler to correct for any perspective distortion
God,
and
no way.
scale. I also used it to convert pixels to inches so I could document the approximate surface area of each pocket.
How
now,
the
a lot of
fuck?
pockets, especially men's ones, have this kind of sloped bottom. So to approximate the area, I'm using a height made of the average of the long and short ends. After that, I recorded the waist sizes, which was very easy for men and incredibly inconvenient for women's pants because a bunch of brands use numbers like size double.
Women are insecure, okay? That's why. Alright? That's why. Women want to be as far divorced from their own size as they can be. And men are just like, yeah, I'm a 50-inch waist. What about it, motherfucker? You gonna try to say something to me?
0, which doesn't make sense, and also isn't standardized across brands.
What's a size 00? Hospitalization.
And somehow that wasn't the most infuriating thing I learned from this experiment, because guess what?
Pants sold in the women's section do in fact have disproportionately small pockets.
Yeah!
Uh-oh. So after analyzing 69 pairs of pants, nope, that wasn't intentional, here's what I found. In this graph, we see the size of the pants mapped against the size of the pockets.
What's your dress size? 2 or 4, depending on the brand. I'll tell you, Chatty. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
For men's pants and women's pants. And you see this gap here? That's statistically significant. Except for sweatpants, which actually have pretty consistent pockets across genders and sizes. But for all the other pants,
you already know my shoe size. Shut up!
Gets you like an extra 17 square inches of pockets.
God
That's like a
damn,
whole
man.
other phone. Just look at these pockets. Wait, I'm gonna move to the
Men are fucking hogging all of the pocket space. You know what? I'm sick of women complaining about stupid shit like man spreading on the subway and fucking video games where the female character has her boobs out. Can you start complaining about men hogging all the damn pocket space?
I bought a pair of sweatpants that were in
Thank
the
you for
men's
the
section,
$6.90.
but were women's. The pockets are fucking abysmal. And no fucking drawstring.
It's very sad. Very, very sad. This is a crisis.
men's
It
one.
needs
Now there's
correcting.
enough space to see me. The deeply outrageous thing about this photo is that these pants are the same size. What? This isn't just a thinly veiled euphemism for the gender wealth gap. It's just that for the same pant size, men's pockets are just deeper for some reason. Why?
Guys, get it? They made men's pockets bigger because men's pockets are literally in bank proportion bigger. My fucking mind is blown.
So since we just debunked my hypothesis, I decided to hear what my friends thought. How big are your pockets?
What?
What kind of question is
measurement
that?
Would you like me to respond to this with?
Melissa, how big are your pockets?
Okay, it depends on the pair of pants. Like, some of them I could fit my hand in. Some of them don't exist.
Yeah.
One pair of pants that I do have that has pockets are just extremely oversized, though.
Show me them pockets.
Look, full hand.
Oh my god, that's so much
But also, these jeans are so oversized.
That's a lot of pocket.
Putting your hand in your pocket is the bare minimum. Like, you have to be able to fit things in your pockets.
Right.
How much are you carrying?
Everything you need for your quests.
Men's pockets have to be bigger because men have to reach their penis through their pockets. You think I don't want to reach my fucking pussy through my pockets? What, do you think you're special because you have a penis? What? What, you think only your balls get itchy? Fuck you. Everybody gets itchy, okay? I should be allowed to reach in and do a subtle fucking scratch just like you, okay? Now this is the true misogyny. People are focusing on the wrong shit. You're fucking misogynist if you think women shouldn't have pockets big enough to reach in and scratch their fucking cooch.
Fit everything you need for your quest in your pocket?
I don't understand.
This is my phone, right? Goes in my pocket. Yeah. And then,
Whoa,
like,
you went down to the elbow. Do it again.
Wait.
you know, I can. Hey.
I need back pockets then? Where do you think the pussy is, Mojo Shout? Where do you think the okay, use your words and describe to me where you think the vagina is located on a woman's body.
You guys to see how big my pockets are, okay? Ready? Ready for this? That's what I'm rocking right now.
Can you put a pen in your pocket?
There's no space in there.
I got my pen in my pocket.
What?
But I need something to write with. I've got my notebook.
No.
I can put my notebook in my pocket.
You. Where do you hold all of your
Yes,
stuff,
fuck
Melissa?
that guy.
A purse
Holy
like
shit.
a normal person? Do you think I could fit all of this in my pocket?
What do you keep in there?
You just need to be prepared. So like, I got a notebook, I got my pencil case.
Hey, you ever want to play baseball? You can chapstick in your pocket. Do you ever need?
This is literally, guys, we are watching a man oppress women before our very eyes, and he's fucking rubbing it in their faces too. He's just like, oh yeah, look at this. I can put the fucking world in my pocket, and the women are sitting there fucking seething.
Half a liter
No
of
way.
water?
No. No.
Spare notebook, the daily planner, and then we got this stuff for all emergencies. Sometimes you need hand sanitizer, sometimes you need a little mirror, a little
She's
spare
more prepared than I am.
perfume.
Do you ever want to play some video games at your friend's house?
Bro,
Do you
what?
want your glasses case?
I
Bro,
feel
what?
like I'm discovering sexism.
Lip balm, another lip balm.
She's discovering sexism. Holy, she's just like me. This is my radicalization moment.
Guys, how are you carrying so much?
Vloggy camera. Okay, wait, this shouldn't be in there.
Is that a camera charger?
Why do you have that?
But listen, you expect me to put all of this in my pocket?
You want some dried
There's
mango
no
gently
space.
baked?
There's no
You've
more
already
room.
killed us.
There's so much space
It's so
in your
over,
pocket.
bro. It's
I'm
so
ready for
fucking
my
over.
quest.
Looking like Mrs. Incredible. So I had a theory, okay? Women's pants are generally smaller, so the pockets must be generally smaller. But that doesn't explain the sheer difference.
I actually think men, like if you take a man and a woman who are the same height and the same, like, similar weight, the guy is usually gonna have, like, thinner legs, right? Just proportionally. Like, women tend to store weight in their thighs and that kind of area, right? So usually men are going to be smaller in the pants area, or at least that's my thought.
That exists. Because we're out here fighting to fit a hand in a pocket.
I didn't realize it was this bad, to be honest.
I just don't think
I'm just a bit thirsty.
that pants being smaller really...
I love how people are very divided on this issue, okay? To be fair, I don't know, so I could be totally wrong.
justifies.
Some of you got asses, oh yeah? Could you wanna send me a picture of it so I can understand the issue better? Like, yeah, maybe I'm totally wrong. Like, I'm a visual learner, by the way.
How much smaller the pockets are. You are the worst person in the world.
Sorry, what were you saying?
My theory is if they wanted, who is they? I don't know.
Who is they?
If they wanted to to buy purses. It's working.
Big they. No way.
I love my bag. I'll be honest, I am so doubtful that a big pocket on my pair of pants
Do I have to send
would
ass and fits now?
stop me from buying a purse.
Yes.
Why do you think the difference exists, Taha?
I think there's like maybe some degree of like work pants.
I agree. I think most women would want to have their purses or their bags regardless of whether they had pockets or not. I think it's the problem. There's like a very big bag purse culture, even if you take away all that other shit. Okay? It's not a conspiracy. Women just like having pretty accessories and looking cute. And a lot of women will buy a bunch of different bags to go with a bunch of different outfits. It's a lot.
Like the original denim trousers. My guess would be that like women's trousers were like designed to be fashionable, and men's trousers were like just worse versions of...
What started purse culture? I don't know. You'd have to go really far back, because I'm pretty sure, like, for a very long time, women would have these like fucking hand purses, and it was like part of their outfit. Have you seen Dress to Impress? They got these little like fancy ass $300 pouches they hold in their hands, and they just walk around like that. It's part of their outfit. Yeah, a clutch. You're right. That's what it's called. A clutch.
Good work pants.
Of course, the woman tells me. Thanks, Robin.
You're saying
My
interesting
mother.
as if I have answers. I'm just saying things.
But it does make sense. Hold on. You might be onto something. Both of these are good leads as to like where I should go next. So thank you guys. Also, Taha, you in your pockets.
If you ever want a snack, I've got some snacks.
So you're telling me men are capable of carrying everything in their pockets, they just choose not to? What's it like to wake up every day, Chatty, and put on your male fucking pants and know that you could put the world in it and then just decide not to? You get an erection every day you get dressed? I would.
Bye. So that whole conversation made me realize two things. First, I'm not trying to pocket max. Taha really showed that you can have too much of a good thing. Instead, oh my god, I want something in between what I have now and the TARDIS. Specifically, I want exactly enough space for my everyday carries. That's my phone, wallet, keys, AirPods, lip balm, multi-tool, notebook, and pen.
Yeah, this seems reasonable.
Is this a normal amount of things to put? Like, if you're a man, is this like your average of what you put in your pocket? Because I feel like this makes me very unprepared. I need like space for my phone and my wallet, and that's pretty much it.
Anyway, the second thing I realized is that in order to know why this pocket
It's too
problem
much, I
exists,
agree.
I need to know when it started. Because Melissa's hypothesis implies that we once had pocket equality before Big They introduced purses.
Wallet, phone,
On the other
keys,
hand,
yes.
Taha's suggests that it's always been this way. So I need to figure out who's right.
So I hit up the library and found two incredibly useful but specific books. Pockets, An Intimate History of Women's Clothes by Hannah Carlson, and The Pocket, A Hidden History of Women's Lives by Barbara Berman and Ariane Fenito.
What is this
While
shit?
tracking these down, a library employee literally said,
Bro, there's a fucking book on everything. You all need to get together and apologize to that poor white woman who got her PhD in like the fucking ethics of smell or some shit. There are people writing books about the history of pockets. Nothing is invalid in education.
to me, wow, there are two books about pockets? I felt the same. Anyway, I spent the next 2 days piecing together 700 years of fashion
That's
history
hideous.
to figure out where women's pockets went wrong.
And I still don't know the answer.
Great.
Don't leave, I can explain.
The issue is that there have been like
Great,
three
thank
major
you.
turning points in women's pocket history that have influenced the style, shape, and size of the pocket. And I'm not entirely sure which one is behind the problem we have today. Luckily, we can figure it out by making them. That's why I'm carrying all of this.
I totally respect her content because it takes a lot of effort, but I'm just imagining her like in the fucking brainstorming room wherever she comes up with her ideas and she's like, but how do I make a whole video about pockets? Wait, I know. What if I measured pockets on my own? Even though there's already research about women's pockets on average being smaller. And what if I made my own? Even though other people have already made pockets and I've already established that pockets are too small. Like, I'm just imagining her coming up with ways to fill the fucking time in this video.
Let's do this. We are doing all of this on my floor because I don't own a table big enough to cut fabric. Anyway, the word pocket showed up around the 1300s and referred to this little purse or pouch that people kept around their waist. I found this website, manuscriptminiatures.com, which has a bunch of medieval illustrations. And in them, you can see these small belt bags carrying daggers or coins. So interestingly, these old school pockets weren't gendered. Their shape could depend on your function.
Bro, it used to be manly, masculine as fuck to have a pocket.
Functional needs, and their material could depend on your social class. I chose leather because I'm like a working person. Forgot that leather's really—
Hold on, who the fuck said this? Lucy is what happens when you show Ilya von Einsburn the naughty animes. Berserker! Twist his nutsack!
hard to sew. I should have known that I'm actually just a YouTuber at heart. So now I need to stab individual holes into this and then sew it. I'm using this all from my bookbinding phase and this linoleum cut from my stamp making phase.
Oh my god, she's
Who
really
said having a million
this.
hobbies isn't useful? Let's go! Ta-da! There's a little drawstring cord.
It's
Now
so
it's time to see
cute.
if my stuff actually fits inside here. Start off with the notebook, biggest thing. Let me know if I fail right away.
Okay.
Promising. Okay, then we got our phone, AirPods, pen, multi-tool, lip balm, and keys. It fit! This is deeply satisfying. Like I said, this pocket predecessor wasn't associated with a—
I bet that feels good. Wait, I get it now. I bet it feels good to make your own pocket or your own drawstring purse. I bet it feels so fucking good.
specific gender, but that did affect the way you styled it. Men would wear it directly on their belt. Like this. It kind of looks like a medieval fanny pack. Anyway, but that wouldn't be the case for women, who would actually dangle it around mid-thigh. Like this.
That's so tantalizing. What is it with women and needing to draw attention to their thighs, even in the old times? You fucking whore. You fucking whore. If you're fucking putting your drawstring purse close to your thigh, you're a slut and you know it, and you're gonna die of the Black Plague. Hydration, Redeem?
Does kind of suck. Like, I give this pocket a 4 out of 10. Whether I dangle it or wear it around my belt, it just feels kind of unsafe. Which is probably one of the motivations behind our first major turning point, moving pockets inside our clothes. At first, this meant just tucking the bag beneath your tunic or dress and accessing it through a slit in your clothes.
Is anyone else just like generally paranoid about their shit? Like, I totally get it. I also feel like purses and bags could be insecure. So I do not like to wear backpack style stuff because my paranoia is that if someone is behind me, they can just unzip it and take anything out that they want. So I always have to wear something that's like either crossbody or in front of me so that I can constantly have like my hand on it and check it all the time. I'm a very paranoid person though.
But then men's fashion evolved into pants and suits, likely from a tradition of protective padding underneath plate armor. On the other hand, women continued to wear dresses. So over the years, tailors actually began to integrate pockets into men's clothes, even dedicating some to specific objects like pocket watches or coins. That is actually why some of your pants might have one of those tiny pockets in the front, like this. On the other hand, women's fashion saw a far less drastic evolution, including their pockets. Okay, so I've got my little sewing machine, and then I got my pocket pouches.
Okay.
They tend to have really cute designs, so I found this little pumpkin
Saito Akira, thank you for the 2-year anniversary. Let's fucking go.
print. They'll be cute, trust me. So we got the front design attached to like the backing. Now there's something funky about these pockets where you don't access it from the top, you actually access it through a slit
big.
in the front. Boom, I just need to do all of this.
Shut up, no way, hi.
So while men had their pockets integrated into their clothes, like this, women got these cute little pouches that they would tie around their waist. So now I need to add something to tie it around my waist. I think I'm doing a great job, guys. No!
I mean, it sounds like women had it figured out in the past. What the fuck happened?
And ran out of thread before I was finished. We're back. Done! Moment of truth. Probably should have tested this beforehand. These are called tie-on pockets, and you just tie them on.
Very cute!
Let's see if stuff fits inside of them. Let's get our notebook. Get in there. Oh, room to spare. Maybe your wallet.
She's so
You know what? I have
ecstatic
a
about
second
this.
pocket. Let's put the AirPods in there. Let's put the phone in there. Multi-tool, going in this one. Don't want to scratch my screens. And pen, key, boom. Lip balm, boom. Whee! Now, there are times where women would wear their tie-on pockets over their clothes.
And double as oven mitts? That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, these are so big, they look like fucking oven mitts, bro. I'm pretty sure those would burn into a crisp if you tried to use them like that, though.
If they needed to access it regularly. But most of the time, they would wear it underneath their clothes so it was a little bit more secure than the pouch.
And hidden.
Boom! This is amazing. I'm giving these pockets like an 8 out of 10. I have so much room. Oh my god. I think the best thing about these pants is that I always forget to empty out my pockets before I put stuff in the laundry. Would be less of a concern with these. Interestingly, when these things were washed, they were classified as underwear or like an undergarment. Now, if I wore these every day, I'd be a little bit concerned.
Me when I'm a pervert and it's like the 1500s and I'm rummaging through my crush's fucking clothes while she's gone away on her ceremony of becoming an adult. She's 13, by the way. And I start sniffing the hell out of her pockets because technically that's her underwear.
About how durable this strap is, but overall, these are great. So why did we get rid of them? Well, the second major turning point was when a change in fashion pushed pockets back outside of clothes, at least women's clothes. This design's gonna have tassels, and that is because we are in the...
Am I allowed to acknowledge that people were fucking getting married at 13 in the 1500s? Dialectical boy, welcome. Welcome to real life. Real life was not always fucking catering to our modern sensibilities, okay? We used to not be so fucking based.
Regency era. Think Jane Austen. There was this new style of dress that hung a lot closer to your body, which made tie-on pockets like this sometimes too bulgy to wear. So instead, some women began to carry their things in purses or reticules, which is what we're gonna make. Okay, so I'm using this kind of thin fabric, so I'm going to layer it with this thicker fabric so that this bag doesn't look like a weird, sad, floppy mess. Four panels. Now I just need to put them together, I guess. And then at the corners, I'm gonna add little tassels. I can kind of just stitch this here, and then I'll have a little tassel. I'm a little bit stressed. I did that wrong. It's inside of the bag.
Oh,
and there we have it.
Now it's a graduation cap.
Stuff inside of it. Phone, AirPods, lip balm, notebook.
This looks kind of sick.
And keys and multi-tool. And ta-da, there we have it. They would wear it like wrapped around their hand like this. Ta-da! That looks awful. Compared to the other
Lucy, get your nasty ass feet out of the can, please. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, can you complain at the rest of the chat? Because they're the ones who chose to have my fucking feet out instead of me wearing boots. And as a matter of fact, the poll was only won by 2 chatters. So complain and fight each other. Start the fucking civil war because I'm not fucking moving it.
Pockets I've made so far, this sucks. So these things were generally embroidered or beaded. In my case, I have all of these tassels because they look nice. They're actually one of the precursors to the modern fashion handbags we have today, which is really interesting because you know that conspiracy about how we ruined pockets in order to push purses? Well, it turns out we probably invented purses because we ruined pockets. So that, and also because I did a terrible job, I am giving the reticule a 2 out of 10. Now, fashion eventually moved past that Regency era dress, but
oh my god,
I see the reticule as this sort of symbolic fracturing in Western women's clothes because it's
so it wasn't sexism all along?
Important to note, many women never abandoned their tie-on pockets. They continued using it until the 1900s, but it meant others found that they preferred going pocket-free. This back and forth between fashion and function continued into our third major turning point. The bicycle, or when women finally got to wear pants. So for this one, I'm not just
biggest mistake of our life, by the way. Chili Con Carnage, welcome, hello. I just think skirts are the best form of dress that a woman can wear. Mini skirts ideally, but I suppose I'll make exceptions as long as it's a skirt. I just think they're cute. I just think they're fucking cute. God fucking forbid if I find it cute.
Making pouches or purses. I'm making a whole pair of pants. Never done that before? How hard can it be? Anyway, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, 2 things were happening. The bicycle boom and the suffragette movement. Now, dresses got in the way of both of those things. Literally, because it's hard to bike in a dress, but also symbolically. So some women dropped their dresses in favor of bicycle suits or suffragette.
Wait, this is different though. Like this is, okay, wait, this goes kind of hard. This is not modern pants fashion. Modern pants fashion for women is boring as fuck. These women are slaying. Like, if you put this shit in Dress to Impress, this would get 5 stars across the fucking board. Are you seeing this shit? Wait. Hold on. Where's that one bitch? I need to see that one bitch. Come on. Hello? Where's the one bitch? It's over for me. I can't find the bitch. I can't find the bitch anymore. What I'm saying is that some of the fashion back then looks pretty fucking good. Hello?
the
Shall I
bicycle
ruin my
boom
own video?
and the suffragette movement. Now, dresses got in the way of both of those things,
I can
literally
pause, I
because
can
it's
freeze
hard
frame,
to
I can
bike in a
freeze frame.
dress, but also symbolically. So some women drop
That's sick! She's got like the skirt and then the pants on underneath. She's fucking serving, bro. Fucking serving.
their dresses in favor of bicycle suits or suffragette suits, which had pants and even pockets. I'm going to make a pair of pants now. I don't know how to just make a fun, easy video. Promising start. These are belt.
Built like Don Quixote. Do you not like that in a woman? Hair transparent? You don't like a woman who is gonna take you on a fucking Spanish adventure?
loops, and then this is the front of the pants.
Breaking news,
That
Lucy
done?
can't find bitches. Shut the fuck up! We're reacting to a video. I can't keep pausing to fucking clap back at you people, but I can't stand for the insults either. People are gonna bitch about this VOD. I can feel
It's
it.
time to start adding the pocket, and look at this sizable number. You know, if I make a pair of pants out of this video, I don't even care if this video gets views. I just get a pair of pants. At some point, this is gonna go terribly wrong. I could feel it coming.
She's doing
We've
it.
got a zipper
worked up
on
to
one
this
leg.
moment.
Really coming to terms with the fact that I don't know how pants work. I found a tutorial. I'm gonna trust the process. I have a feeling the process is gonna fail me, but we'll see.
In order to discover a secret about the history of supposed misogyny, she ended up sewing fucking clothes the traditional woman way, thereby accidentally playing into the stereotypes of women. Matt YN, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate you reminding everyone that I'm a white girl. Thank you.
No, but this is supposed to be on the other side. Oh, what if it's like this? Oh,
Just as
hold on.
planned.
The process might work. I just need to review this tutorial. So I fold this. What? These are the front of the pants. And theoretically, if I do this, and then I go, they should have never let me have this technology.
They're so big!
It has been an hour. I still don't have pants. How are people buying pants for like $10 on the internet? They are so much work.
I can answer that for you. But it would make my stream really depressing.
We have the front of the pants, we have the back of the pants, and now I'm gonna put it together, including the pockets! This is taking so much longer than I thought it would. Ugh. I'm finishing that tomorrow. I'm almost done, but I'm tired. Like the women were, with their bad pockets.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
you
a
tell
new
'em.
day, and I have new pants. Let's
They're
go!
huge. They're
Much like the suffragette
giant.
suits, these pants are meant to have the silhouette of a skirt, but then, boom, they're pants with, boom, pockets. But does it fit all my stuff? Phone, notebook, pencil, that's a pen, wallet, multi-tool, keys, lip balm. Kind of a miracle I haven't lost this in the process of making this video. AirPods, and you know what? Bonus round? Kobo e-reader. Who's ready for their quest now, Taha? I gotta give these pockets a 10 out of 10. Unlike the folks in history who saw these as an unnatural.
What if the real reason back then men were outraged that women were wearing pants was not because women were wearing pants per se, but because they were like, what the fuck? You gave them the hidden fucking pocket tech, and now they have a fucking pockets like we do. Women were never supposed to have that. They can't be trusted with that power. And that's the real reason men were like protesting it. Not because women were wearing pants, but because they had big ass pockets and they wouldn't need the guy around to hold shit for them anymore.
Attempt by women to be more like men. Unfortunately, that anxiety was supercharged by the battle for women's rights. I guess you could call it identity politics.
Fuck.
This whole debate around women and their pockets was messy and confusing and unfortunately unresolved, at least in time for the advent of mass-produced clothing, which is when I think women's pockets went wrong. Because after making all of these pockets, oh my god, can I— Now this is luxury!
What
But yeah,
the hell?
after making all of these pockets, I've come to appreciate them.
So Lonnie, thanks for the
Lucy
690.
Pyre model in late 1800s bike riding attire when?
I mean, it'd be a pretty sick outfit drop, right? I would look like no other VTuber. I would be unique. Unique isn't always better.
As experiments, ones in response to the pretty strict fashion constraints women have been held to over the past 700-ish years. Unfortunately, Just as they were starting to explore the functional integrated pockets that had long since become the standard for men, industrialization basically hit pause. I have found articles from the 1800s with basically the same pocket discourse we have today. It sucks! And while there have been—
We've been doing this shit for ages. Eco-terrorist thought. What the fuck is your username? What do? Do you fucking litter in your car? Thank you for the compliment. I have a lot of questions about your username, lil bro.
Women's pants with decent pockets. From these to some I found at the thrift store. They're probably always going to be a nice surprise instead of the expected standard, since fast fashion has only deprioritized functionality in our clothes. So I guess that's it.
Fast fashion in general is a problem. For the redeem, of course. Also have a hydration. I'll make a short comment on fast fashion, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows. Ugh. There's like a big problem with these mass-produced, extremely cheap clothes that they sell on Temu and AliExpress, places like that, like Wish as well. And it's mostly clothes that is not meant to last. People use it a couple times, they either get bored of it, or it fucking breaks apart on them and they can't use it. And there's literally clothes washing up in other fucking countries that want nothing to do with them because there's just way too much clothes in the world and not enough people who want to wear it. It's a problem all around.
Women's pockets are useless because they were never given the chance to evolve into something useful. And unfortunately, we kind of just need to accept that. Unless
you want to buy men's pants and alter them, keep the existing pockets, and change the pants themselves. It's easier for...
I think it would be so funny. What if you went into a guy's house and you didn't tell him anything, but like you went in and like you went in with like a sewing thread and a needle and you fucking nerfed his pocket size. And he was just like waking up one day, putting on his pockets and trying to put his wallet in his pockets. And he was like, what the fuck? Did they nerf? Wait, was there a patch update? What the fuck happened? And oh my god, that would be so funny. That'd be the biggest troll. It's like one of those things when you go to somebody's house and you just slightly move their furniture, but do that with their pockets.
Women to go into men's pants and men's into women's because of how the pants are made.
While working on this video, I kept wondering why pants were even gendered. And if women's pants pockets are never gonna change, was there anything stopping me from buying men's pants instead? So I hopped on a call with a friend who has first-hand experience designing clothes.
My name is Gloria Allen. I have a sewing and DIY channel on YouTube, and I'm on all the socials. And I teach people how to sew. So let's say pants, for example. The body shape of a woman's typically different than a man. The
You don't say.
Hip to waist ratio, for example, like women usually have a more narrow waist and a wider hip, versus men just kind of have a straight figure. There are other things like the rise.
You might have heard the term rise in reference to low rise or high rise jeans.
I actually don't know what that means.
But let me show you what it is. Okay. Here's a pair of pants. This is the rise, the distance from the waistband to the crotch.
Ooh.
This is the front rise, this is the back rise. They're different because you have a butt. Generally, men's pants have more rise, which can impact the fit, but it isn't insurmountable.
If you can find—
I'm scared that my ass is too big and that the rise won't be big enough, and then you'll see my butt crack when I'm walking around. I probably wouldn't see my butt crack, you'd probably see my underwear, because my underwear is probably bigger than the pants. Hey Lucy, I'm new here, and by the way, I want to say love the model and the hat. Oh my god, thanks Dan, I appreciate it.
A pair of pants that fit your hips, then there's going to be a bit of a gap at the waist, because women typically have a more narrow waist. So you're going to have a gap at the back. It can be solved with one stitch cinching the back with a pleat. If you try too much, for example, if the pants are way too big at the waist and you try to cinch it in, you might end up with like a pointed butt. Like it might just be more triangular. If anyone's trying to learn how to sew, alter, or make clothes from scratch, YouTube University is the best place. There are so many educators out there, myself.
Your underwear is bigger than your pants? Pixar, it didn't happen. Mods, I understand why you fucking deleted that message, but I just have to say, I'm not falling for that shit. You sound like the people who say that I'm fat and like I just have skinny arms, but like secretly I'm fat, okay? You sound like one of those people who's obviously trying to get a picture of my body. You're making it too obvious. You gotta make it more subtle to actually have it work.
Included. For my videos at least, I specifically try to make videos for beginners, so someone with zero experience can sew any of my kits. My goal is to make sewing as accessible as possible to everyone.
So while it sucks to know that women's pockets are likely doomed, it's good to know that the next time I'm looking for a pair of pants with functional pockets, I can just go shop at the men's section and do some light tailoring. I don't have a BBL, I'm built like a rectangle, so it's not gonna be a problem. And I know that this is a band-aid solution, but
But what about those of us who do have a non-Hank Hill ass? What about those of us who have at least a slight curve that could be graphed? What about us?
It's the actual band-aids I have to wear because I stabbed my fingers so many times while trying to make this pair of pants from scratch.
Just Doom, that's
Now,
it.
with our questions
I guess I'll
answered,
fuck
there was only
myself.
one thing left to do. Hello, friends.
I get welcome.
Why have you called me at such an unreasonable hour?
Because I solved
solved
sexism.
sexism!
Wow, big feat.
Do you see it?
Are you wearing an apron?
I love your little oven mitts.
I hate you guys. These are pockets throughout history, and I'm here to show you that I can fit things in these. Are you ready?
You look like a jester.
Starting with not a half-liter water bottle, a full-liter water bottle.
There's no way that's fitting in your pocket.
A promising
How
start.
is that even possible?
Did you want a snack?
Okay, you gotta throw a gaming controller in there.
Let's do a little medieval pocket, shall we?
What is going on right now?
Oh, you need to do some audio-visual work? I have a camera.
Well, that's not a pocket, is it?
I have a Zoom H5.
This is a bag.
Oh, this is getting...
I just want you guys to know that, like, for my outfit, there are no pockets, absolutely none. So, like, in my skirt, there's no pockets. That's okay. If I need to hold something, I have some friends who used to go to prison. I know where to put it.
Really heavy, actually.
You're holding one of the pockets.
I have to agree with him on that one.
Fine, I'll put it down. Also, because I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna break.
Wait, she doesn't even put the essentials in her pocket. She just put random shit.
Oh, yeah.
The Death and Life of Great American Cities?
You should have weighed yourself before you did this. That's...
Sounds like there's no room. Sounds like you don't have enough room.
It's
There
so
we go.
over.
It's sticking out.
I can fit in thousands of books with an e-reader.
I feel like you're on the verge of a breakdown.
I think we're witnessing it right now, Tom.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Is this a win?
I fixed pockets.
Is this a win?
The last
I love how they're both fucking shitting on her. I love how the man is just like, is this a win? Is this a win? You go, bro. Fucking demean that woman's accomplishments.
thing
Hell
I need,
yeah!
my phone. Goodbye. Thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring a portion of
Great fucking video. I'm glad that the question has been answered. Are women's pockets smaller because sexism? And the answer is yesn't. Yesn't. Why does every anime opening sound like this? What the fuck is this? This is more like a 90s anime opening. No way. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. I appreciate it. Blah blah. It's like mostly high school animes. No. This is like city pop kind of style. It sounds like something you would have playing in the background of Yakuza, which I want to play, by the way. I really want to play Yakuza. I want to know what I'm missing out on, and everybody else is aware of, and I just don't. This is Love Unicorn? That's a good one. That's a good fucking comparison. This is Love Unicorn. I remember playing a fan-made Love Tina visual novel on Underground. Wait, is it Newgrounds? Newgrounds. Yeah. So loud? I'm sorry! Sorry. I'm sorry! I fixed it. I fixed it! You couldn't hear Lucy? That makes me sad. Now it's over.
I'm the guy that said pick or it didn't happen. Yes, I wanted to see a pic of your ass. No, I did not think you were fat. The thought never crossed my mind. Apologies, it won't happen again.
It was a comparison. It was a metaphor. It was a metaphor. It's like when a guy doesn't mean what he's saying, but he's trying to say something to try and get the woman mad so that she'll prove that he's wrong. He's just trying to get a picture. Okay, that's why you said picture it didn't happen. And that's guys who say, oh, you're fat. And unless you show a picture proving that you're not fat, then you're definitely fat. Okay, trust me. The thing is, most women, at least those that I know, don't want big pockets like that because they make you look like a bag and don't define your figure. But the pockets aren't. They're on the inside. They're like on the in. You know, it's like internal. Like a pocket pussy. It's internal. It's not, you know. So see, based on the visuals of this, have you seen Anna Music? No. I have not seen Anna Music. Very cool music, though. Nice job. This is also submitted to Reddit. The greatest grocery store. Do I really believe it? Do I really believe it? They hated him because he spoke the truth. The him, me.
Case Studies Grocery Store Edition. Today we're talking about my favorite grocery store. Ladies and gentlemen, ALDI. I'm probably going to refer to it as ALDI's at least 50 times during this video.
ALDI's nuts, got him.
And that's what we call it here. Anyways, first a disclaimer and an ad. I'm not affiliated with ALDI in any way, shape, or form. They have not paid me to say anything I'm about to.
That sounds like something somebody who was paid by ALDI to not tell other people that he was paid by ALDI would say. Although, I have heard good things about this store.
I am, however, affiliated with today's sponsor, my favorite sporting goods store, Shields. They're legitimately the best sporting goods store that I have ever been to in person. They have over grocery stores today. So, how on earth did these two brothers launch a successful chain of grocery stores in Germany in
Chatty, is this like anime brothers? Is this like real life brothers? I'm not sure.
1946. They kept it simple. They were goal oriented. They wanted to make money and they knew that not everybody had a lot of money to spare, so they needed to sell everything cheap. In order to do that, they said, we're not going to have 50 different flavors from 12 different companies of every type of product. We're just going to have one of everything. Like instead of having 15 different types of peanut butter.
Holy fucking base? Holy fucking base? I should go to Aldi's. Let me Lumen welcome.
We just have one type of peanut butter, and that's how they got their products to be cheap, by focusing their buying power. Now, that's the simple part, but where the true genius comes out is that they realized that they weren't going to make a lot of money per customer, so they had to maximize the amount of customers that they had. In order for that to happen, they realized that they needed customers to get in, get their shit, and get out so that more customers could come in. So they
Wait, this sounds so fucking base so far.
German engineered this entire grocery store to streamline the entire shopping experience to make it as fast as humanly possible. And oh boy did that work, because in the first 10 years, they went from one grocery store to 300 grocery stores. Then the two brothers, Carl and Theo, got in a huge fight because one of the
Oh, wait, so it is the Yaoi anime brothers. They're having like their breakup arc. No, but like, is German engineering really that good?
Brothers wanted to have cigarettes in the grocery store, and the other brother adamantly was opposed to it.
Based other brother! Based other brother! Go outside! Go outside!
So they decided that they were going to split their massive business completely in half. They were going to have Aldi's North and Aldi's South.
You're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. No way. There had to be a better way for you to solve this fucking problem. Can you imagine fucking splitting your business because one of you doesn't want somebody to smoke in the store and the other one's like, no, they gotta smoke in the store?
Literally just drew a line across Germany, said all these grocery stores are mine, all the ones down there are yours. Yeah,
are you
capitalism
serious?
And communism are split in Germany east to west. Aldi's is splitting it north to south. But here's the thing, the brothers didn't have a falling out. They still worked together and they still wanted the other brother to succeed. So they were constantly—
What the fuck happened then? What is this? Who are you fucking people? What is wrong with you?
Sharing information with one another, and they would come together to make offers with manufacturers when they were buying so that they could utilize their buying power together.
Why did you
so you have
separate?
Aldi's North and Aldi's South, basically the same thing. The only real difference is one sells cigarettes and they have a—
Can you imagine a German person too, like getting pissed off because they live sort of in the middle and like they're up north and then they go there and then he just like pulls out a cigarette and they're like, no, you can't smoke that in here. Bro, this is Aldi North. And he's like, fuck, I didn't know it was Aldi North. I fucking hate these stupid ass different rules.
Slightly different logo. Now, in America, due to trademark law, you can't have two grocery stores with the same exact name and a slightly different logo. So, in America, we have Aldi, and then we have Trader Joe's. But really, it's all just
True.
Aldi, and they kept to the principles of cheap and fast until modern day, which is something that no other grocery store in America has managed to do. Not only have they not managed to do it, they intentionally do the opposite. Pretty much every other grocery store on the planet has figured out that time equals money, and the more time you spend in their store is the more money they can get out of you. Okay, I know.
But here's the thing. Okay? You could maximize your profits like Walmart and give people the god-awfulest shopping experience of their life, or you could get a sizable customer base and be comfortable with still having a lot of money by doing the Aldi's method. I wonder which one I would prefer. Of course I'm gonna be fucking Walmart. It's all about the money, baby. I'm investing into stocks. I need to fucking gamble.
I know that you've been in one of these gigantic grocery stores, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you anyways. Okay, you walk through the door. Congratulations, you've just entered capitalism's obesity thunderdome, because everything in this room is pretty much designed to hurt you, more or less. The first thing you're gonna notice is that you're there for milk. Well, congratulations. The milk is all the way across the store in the far back corner, and they stuck it there on purpose because they know you need it, and now you have to walk past every fucking aisle in the store to get to it. And pretty much every single aisle there is full of products where they have hired a psychologist to design boxes with pretty colors is to trigger your lizard brain to being like, oh my god, I have to have it. They're trying to get you to buy as much shit as humanly possible on your way to get milk, bread, and eggs. I don't know what
Chatty, is marketing the most evil major possible? Is it?
you're thinking. All those fancy marketing tactics don't work on me. Maybe, but hear me out. Next time you're in there, just do some people watching. You're gonna notice that a portion of the population, their brain can't handle going to a modern grocery store. They turn into zombies. They're pushing their cart, veering side to side. They can't even keep it straight as their heads.
I fucking cannot stand buggies. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Whenever I was in university and I had to go to the store to like buy shit so that I would not starve to death, I would always bring my own big ass bag because I fucking hate pushing a buggy around. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it.
It's turning to look at all the different pretty colors. There's people straight up just standing still at a wall of cereal like as their brain desperately tries to calculate and process all this information regarding what type of Cheerios they need.
He's
There's
talking about
people
me.
standing there with 2 different types of ranch in each hand, probably made from the same exact factory with the same exact ingredients, but they have different labels on them from different companies, and they don't know which one is going to be better for them. It's like the island of the lotus eaters from Greek mythology. They go there for one thing, and then they're stuck there for all of eternity. It's literally purgatory. This is what
Damn, he knows a lot about Greek mythology. Does he do like Greek mythology videos? I need to freshen up. Dono, welcome.
why every other grocery store in America isn't just a grocery store. They also have a coffee shop and a little restaurant and a florist and a pharmacy
and a
bank where you can
McDonald's.
cash your check. They're trying to get any excuse to get you to come into their store for a second because they know once you set foot in there, you're going to be in there for at least an hour and a half trying to figure out what type of products you need. And if that doesn't convince you that they're trying to trap you in there, checking out in a grocery store today will, okay? The first thing you're going to know.
Oh, God. Oh, God. No, it's the worst part. It's the worst part of shopping by far. My God, did you know that there are people out there who legitimately have shopping as a hobby? There are people out there who genuinely fucking enjoy the experience of going to a supermarket, loading up their cart, and checking out. They like it. It's their fucking hobby. Those people are sick in the head and desperately need therapy.
Notice with your cart full of groceries, there's 30 different lanes. One of them is open and it's the one furthest away from the door.
Right.
So obviously you're gonna have to spend
Lucy,
some time waiting in line.
You went to university?
I talk about this all the time. Do you think I'm a dumb fuck? I am, but you can still graduate university as a dumb fuck in America.
Because there's only one checkout register open and it moves slower than the DMV in Zootopia. And while you're waiting, you probably couldn't help but notice that there is a mountain of candy on either side of you as they desperately try to make that one last sale. But you avoid temptation and it is now your turn. You're up next. You are getting checked out at the grocery store. You're almost out of here. And that's when you realize that this is now turned into an interrogation. Okay, they're gonna open up by taunting you. They're gonna say something along the lines of, did you find everything you were looking for today, sir? They know you found everything you were looking for because you just stood in line that says, I found all the shit I needed. But they're gonna go ahead and rub it in your face because they knew it took you forever to figure out which flavor ranch that you want. And just for the record, when I say that
It's toxic, passive-aggressive shit talk from the cashier. Most people don't talk to cashiers anymore though, because the self-checkout aisle is like way faster to get through. My favorite thing is when you go through the self-checkout aisle and then you scan something in a way that slightly triggered the system, and because they're so greedy, they can't stand the idea that anything could possibly get into their profits, so you just have to sit there and wait awkwardly for the one person who's working that day to come over and fix the machine for you so you can continue. That's great. Penguin CDR, thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate it.
they're taunting you. I'm not talking about the cashier themselves. They're just doing their job. They're doing what they were told to do. The CEO of the company, on the other hand, is laughing his ass off at you. I was a cashier at a grocery store for 5 years, and in 5 years, 0 people said they didn't find everything they were looking for. Okay, that entire question is just to fuck with you. But this is a portion where they're gonna start playing hardball. They want to harvest as much information as possible. It's gonna be like, oh, did you have our fucking little super duper saver card where you spend 800?
Yeah, dude. I had the awful experience of shopping at an Ulta, okay? I went to buy a certain type of hair shampoo, and I went to buy some makeup. It was my first time in a long time that I had purchased things like that. If you're wondering, Ulta is like a fucking beauty store, basically. So you can find shampoo, makeup, blah, blah, blah. You fucking get it. It's probably there, okay? It was so fucking awful when it came time for me to check out. Before then, there was somebody who stopped me and was trying to sell me a product. Does that ever fucking happen to you? You're walking around in a mall and some person will be like, hey, you! And they'll fucking grab you practically and start telling you about their product, and you're just desperately trying to look for a way to get out of the situation and say no without being rude. I used to do that. Nowadays, I'll just keep walking. I won't even acknowledge their existence. I'll just ignore them completely and keep walking, because what else am I supposed to do? I don't want to buy your product, and I don't want you to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste your time on me because I'm not going to buy what you're selling, so it's better if I just don't acknowledge that you exist. Either way, I digress. So one of those people was in the fucking store. That was annoying. But then when I went to check out, she started asking me for a bunch of different information. She said, oh, if you want like 10% off, you can give me your email. And I said, no thanks, I'm fine. I don't want to be spammed. Oh, well, if you give me your phone number, I can do that too. No thanks, I don't want to be spammed. Okay, can I have your fucking home address? Why the hell do you need my home address? Why do you need to know where I fucking live? I'm buying shampoo and foundation. Why do you need to know where I sleep at night? That's so invasive. Yeah, after that, and here's the thing, the girl at the counter was treating me like I was a fucking crazy freak for not wanting to give her that. I was like, no, I'm not doing any of this. I just want to buy the stuff. I'm not doing any of this. And she looked at me like this, like she had the fucking Stacy face on, and she was like, okay, sure, whatever. Fuck you, bitch. These companies that think it's normal to ask us for so much personal information when we're checking out have got to go. You have got to fucking stop. No, I don't want your fucking deals. No, I don't want your spam. No, I don't want your emails. No, I don't want your fucking free-ass pamphlets in the mail. I don't want any of that shit. Fuck off and stop asking people. It's not normal, and people should fight back against it more.
$4 in groceries, and we give you like 12 cents off of a gallon of gas, and you're gonna be like, no, I don't. Oh, did you want one? No, I don't. Because I know for a fact that as soon as I give you my name, my email address, my address, and my phone number, you're going to turn around and sell it to a data broker, and then I'm going to have robots calling my phone for the next 10 fucking years, because that's exactly why they asked for that information, so they can turn around and sell it. Because there's a total of 0 gigantic superstores that are giving away shit for free, okay? Nothing is ever free. If it's free, it's because you're the product. And then because you have the audacity to tell them no, they're going to shame more money out of you. They're going to hit you with the old, did you want to round your total up today for puppies with maggots in their eyes? Really? You're gonna hit me with that with a full line of people behind me? For real?
They're like, would you like to round up to donate to... Bitch, I'm not fucking contributing to your tax write-off. I'm not funding your fucking write-off. Are you kidding me? Donate your own goddamn money. You have billions of it.
Every time we get all the maggots out of a puppy's eyes, we donate it to an orphanage so they have some type of family. Also, by the way, fuck, fine, okay, I'll take the money, whatever, just give me my groceries, I have to go. Okay, so that's your average grocery store, but Aldi's, on the other hand, is a goddamn masterpiece, okay? Can German engineering win a world war? Absolutely not, but holy fuck can it build a grocery store, because immediately upon approaching Aldi's, you're gonna be like, oh, all the carts are outside. That's fine, I'm gonna go grab one. And as you're walking towards the carts, you see the enormous "we're hiring" banner across the front of the store, and it says that they pay all their employees anywhere between $18.50 and $25 an hour starting rate. So now you're already kind of feeling good because, hey, this company takes care of their employees. Then you get to the shopping carts and you're like, oh shit, you actually have to take a quarter, stick it into this little slot, and unlock it from all the other carts. And at first you're like, oh, that's a really clever idea, because
it's a clever idea, but nobody fucking carries coins anymore.
Now people are going to put their own carts back so they can keep their quarter. That way they're going to save a bunch of money on labor by not having to have somebody go drag carts in from the parking lot all day long. And that's true, that is part of it. But the other part that you're not thinking about,
$1,850 an hour. Chatty, I'm going to kill you.
This is actually an IQ test, you see, because if you're not fucking smart enough to remember to bring a quarter, guess what? You can't really shop here. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'm telling you.
That's the entry fee. That's the gatekeep. What, you don't have a quarter? Fuck you. You can't come to Aldi's.
I'm telling you right now, it's a huge deal, because as soon as you step into Aldi's, you're gonna notice a distinct lack of motherfuckers in the way. Everybody in there is there to get their shit and get out because they have stuff to do. Speaking of which, as soon as you walk into the store, there's no like grand opening area where you get to like walk down all the other aisles and like weave in and out and do all this bullshit. You walk in, you're in aisle 1. You have to turn left. There's only one way to go. Now all of the traffic is going the same fucking direction. It's engineered to perfection. You walk in the door.
This is fucking German beauty. You may think a German beauty is like some blonde woman with blue eyes and big fat titties and she's holding like a beer mug. Hell no. This is German beauty. This is the German beauty I want to fuck. I want to fuck in
Aisle
Aldi's.
3, you go down aisle 4, and then there's checkout, because there's only 4 aisles in Aldi's. It's perfect. Aldi's is 1/4 the size of your average grocery store, and it only stocks about 1,600 items, and your average grocery store stocks over 30,000 items. And at first you're like, well, that doesn't sound very good, but no, it's actually perfect, because guess what? You need Cheerios? They've got Cheerios, but it's only one type of Cheerios.
What they don't tell you is that those 30,000 items in fucking Walmart are nothing but bloat that you don't need. Mango Kill, welcome.
Cheerios. You don't have people standing in the middle of the aisle, clogging up traffic, taking forever. Grab your Cheerios and keep it moving. Buh! Generic brands never taste as good as a name brand. Buh! I mean, sometimes, sure, but like 90% of the time, it's the same exact product made in the same factory and it just has a different box. And Aldi knows that, and they went out of their way to prove it. And to prove it, they went to the biggest brand snobs on the planet, wine people. You know, the same people that can apparently waft or taste a wine and be able to tell how wet.
I just assume that if wine tasting is your hobby and that's your thing, I genuinely assume that you have too much money and you need to be robbed, perhaps.
Or how dry it was the year that those grapes were harvested. Yeah, Aldi enters wine competitions and wins all the time with their $5 bottle of wine. So now it's time to check out. You get to the checkout lane, everything looks completely normal. It's like every other checkout lane in every other grocery store that you've ever been to, except for it's not. This is not your normal cashier. This is like the NASCAR pit crew of cashiers. This is the fastest person at ringing out groceries you've ever met in your entire life. He's gonna get to your groceries on the little conveyor belt. He's gonna acknowledge that you exist, like, how's it going? And then you're gonna say good, and then you're gonna look down and all your groceries are already back in your cart. And that's when you're gonna be like, oh shit, what is happening right now? And you're gonna realize that he's not standing up like every other grocery store on the planet. He's sitting down in a chair. And you're gonna be like, that's kind of cool. And then in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, why did the grocery store that I worked at for 5 years all through high school make me stand up for absolutely no reason? Hi V, give me an answer. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say because sitting down doesn't look professional, okay? Listen to me, that's fucking dumb. Just because you're making money and working doesn't mean you need to be physically uncomfortable for no fucking reason, okay? Then you're gonna look over your—
What the hell's an office then if sitting is unprofessional? You're paying people more money to go to an office and sit down in a chair and be unprofessional in your eyes? What reason? Sounds to me like the people working at Walmart are more professional because they can't fucking sit down. It doesn't make any damn sense.
Your groceries and you're gonna be like, oh shit, every single box or every single product has like 5 barcodes on it. That way the cashier doesn't have to search around for a barcode. He can just kind of shit whip it across the laser and it's gonna catch it every time. That's how he managed to ring your groceries up at the speed of light. And then the cashier's gonna give you your total and it's literally like half of what you were expecting it was gonna be, because apparently the front door at Aldi's is a magical portal that takes you into the past where groceries used to be cheap. So then you grab your cart full of groceries, walk off to the side, there's a huge counter with a bunch of boxes. You put your groceries in the boxes, put them in your cart, take that shit out to your car, and you're done. You went through the entire store, you went through every aisle, and got through checkout.
Was this recommended to me to sell the idea of like shopping at Aldi's to me because it's working?
Out in literally less than 10 minutes. It's amazing. So yeah, that's Aldi's entire MO. Be fast and be cheap, and it works out amazing. They're the only grocery store in the country that I'm aware of that is just trying to be a grocery store. What do? They sell groceries. They don't have a pharmacist. They don't have a florist. They don't have a bank where you can cash your check. They don't even have a customer service counter, and you can't call them. They don't take phone calls from the public. You can go on their website and they straight up tell you, yeah, we don't take phone calls from the public because our employees' time is too valuable because they're busy selling groceries. And a lot of people probably think that that's horrible customer service, and maybe they're right, but what you're not considering is a lot of people don't always want good customer service, okay? Me, personally, I don't want to be Nick. I don't want to be an individual that needs to be treated special when I'm in the grocery store. I just want to be treated like a number. I want to get through this process as fast as humanly possible so I can get back to doing stuff that I actually care about.
There's something so comfortable about just being a number sometimes, you know? Dr. Doom, welcome. Let me do a hydration.
And I think a lot of other people feel the exact same way. And I know that because Aldi has been the fastest growing grocery store in the country for years now. And according to the Food Institute, they are ranked the #1 grocery store according to consumers. And you want to know who's number 2? Trader Joe's, which is also Aldi. They are at 1st and 2nd place. They are quite literally just...
Trader Joe's is just like Aldi, but like Americanized. Very true. I've been to a Trader Joe's. It's much smaller, which makes it a better experience. Only thing is, I wouldn't describe their products as fucking cheap. If anything, it's more expensive.
Competing with themselves to be #1, and I'm pretty sure it's because they're the only ones that are just trying to be a grocery store. As it turns out, when you only care about doing one thing, you end up being pretty good at it. And I think that's a big takeaway from this case study. Aldi's key to success is they figured out the one thing they wanted to do, then they figured out how to do it fast, cheap, and still deliver a good product.
Explain Trader Joe's at the start. I must have missed that because I didn't know that they were owned by the same people.
Product and everything
but
else
it makes sense. It checks
Meanwhile,
out.
all the other grocery stores were too worried about competing with Walmart Walmart, and now they're not even really grocery stores anymore. They're just Walmart knockoffs that don't sell video games. So in conclusion, that's how Aldi became the last true
Walmart really sucks. I fucking hate Walmart. Worst goddamn store in the world.
grocery store. If you have a company that you want me to talk about next, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch.
Holy based! I've taken the Aldi pill, bros. I'm taking it. I'm fucking absorbing it into my body. Let's go! Okay, so apparently this is also recommended to me. Probably
9 times
because
out of
I fucked up really bad during the Lego stream. And I think people are trying to make me feel better about it by recommending me this shit. So, we'll see if I feel better. 0 IQ Lego instructions.
10 Lego instructions are easy to follow, but what about the ones that aren't? Let's explore the most confusing Lego instructions ever printed. To get an idea of the kind of instructions I'm talking about, take a look at the Dungeons & Dragons Red Dragon's Tale set. Specifically, take a look at this
that's
step.
big.
At first, this looks really confusing.
What? What? Yes? No. It's the same piece? Yeah. I think it is. What is this?
As these appear to be 2 identical pieces, and if you haven't
Oh,
built
a different color? Yeah, now that you mention it, maybe it's a slightly different color, but they're way too similar.
too many Lego sets, you may have never seen a step like this before. Well, these are meant to be 2 different shades of green, but they certainly don't look very different when printed on paper. Here's another look at it. Not much better though, is it? Perhaps it just doesn't show up well on camera. But
if you're trying to like fucking put it together quickly, you're gonna fuck this step up.
But what about the official online instructions?
Oh yeah, imagine being colorblind.
They're still not very clear. As it turns out, this set comes with these quarter circle tiles in both green and bright green, and unfortunately these 2 colors look nearly identical when printed in physical instructions.
There's no fixing
Luckily,
it.
they're a lot easier to tell apart when you have the physical pieces side by side, but that doesn't help much when you're not even sure which one to use in the first place. I feel like something like this from the World Map set would go a long way and probably help a lot of people, but
what the fuck am I looking at? What? Okay. How do you not get lost? How do you tackle this? Do you start with like 1 row and then you fill it up and then like you do the next one? Is that how you keep track? Because I would get so lost if I was doing this.
again, these colors aren't quite as similar to each other. An example of one of these diagrams that is a lot more effective can be seen in the Tales of the Space Age set. This build comes with several 1x4 bricks in 4 different shades of brown, and these colors are printed a lot more accurately, which is great to see. However, by far the worst offender of this type in the instructions can be found in the massive McLaren P1 Technic set. I mean, just look at these 2 pieces. LEGO wants you to use the brick on the
What? Okay, I'm sorry. This time I really don't see it. Okay, I could see the green. Is it the logo? I think, okay, you can barely see. I think there's a logo on this one, and you're not supposed to use the one with the logo.
left, not the one on the right. In this image, it's nearly impossible to see the difference between these 2 pieces, but if you zoom in on LEGO's online instructions PDF, you can spot it. The piece on the right has a very small print on it in light gray, and for this step, you're supposed to use the unprinted piece. When this set was initially released in 2024, there were a lot of confused builders who shared images online of their instruction booklets.
Awful.
Now, as annoying as these little confusions might be, the fact that LEGO goes out of its way to highlight potentially problematic parts just goes to show how much the company cares about creating an enjoyable building experience for fans. The best solution to this that I've seen is in the Starry Night set, which comes with tiles and plates in
so pretty. I bet there's no way I could get my hands on that.
At least 7 different shades of blue. And so LEGO knew that people would make mistakes putting together the background, and so they included several spares in each color, which is a very nice gesture. Additionally, to prevent builders from the inevitable scare of reaching the end of the instructions with a handful of bricks that they seemingly forgot to place, LEGO included this fun step that clearly shows all of the leftovers just sitting.
Jesus fucking Christ, look at that. How long would that take you to build? The Starry Night was such a nightmare to build, the spares confuse you? Good lord.
in a pile. But there are other sets with even more confusing instruction steps. One such example was spotted in the super fun Monkey Kids Team Hideout set. In the second instruction booklet, you're told to place 6
You mean Sun Wukong?
black Technic pins in this storage container, which ends up being completely covered up later in the build. This step raised a few questions as builders were left wondering what these pieces were supposed to represent.
what the
A
fuck
bunch
is
of
that?
loose pins in a hidden compartment? Why? Are they bugs? Small
Lucy love,
snakes?
Lucy
What do
be
they
hard, Lucy
represent?
be hard.
Well, the answer is a lot more functional. These were here to help you attach this set's different modules to each other as you see fit, or attach other Monkey Kids sets that you've purchased to this model. Yup, they're supposed to be used to fit pieces together like modular building sets, and I love this idea. But randomly placing a bunch of pins in a seemingly random hole in a build without any further explanation is definitely questionable. A similar solution popped up in the adorable Succulent set from 2022.
Chatty, my female has been activated. Mike the Ferret, welcome. Also, Trigger Happy DK, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate it. Bobo, congrats on the second baby.
Near the beginning of book 2,
like
you'll build one of the
it.
flower pots and leave a rather large opening under the plant. This is the only one of these plants to feature this interesting opening inside of its pot, and so it's a little bit confusing at first. Well, this set also features several small red Technic axles that can be used to arrange the pots in various ways and connect them together. But if you want to spread them out, you can also store these extra pins in the base of the pot for this plant, so you can access them super easily the next time you want to use them and won't lose them in the meantime. Brilliant. Intentional leftovers are a bit more common than you might think, and a fan named Captain Chex pointed out one example that they spotted in the Boarding the Tantive 4 set. Near the end of the build, you're told to grab one black 2x4 plate to use in the minifigure stand, but you don't even
You got your wife that set? Ducky, it's crazy that you got me that set. Thank you, I really appreciate that.
attach it. This isn't even a misprint or a typo, as the piece is clearly shown in the finished step. Is this a mistake? I mean, it just looks so odd. Well, the same step also appears in the R2-D2 set released in 2024, as you can see on page 20.
Dude, I'm gonna get Lego pilled and I don't know what to do. I'm actually gonna get Lego pilled and I'm gonna do nothing but fucking put Legos together on stream and everyone's gonna hate me.
26, as well as a few other sets from the 25th anniversary line of Star Wars sets. As you can probably tell, these extra bricks are intentional. What's a little bit less obvious though is why they're there. It seems that these are designed to attach two minifigure displays together. Sure, most builders probably have a few extra 2x4 plates lying around, but it's always nice when LEGO designers go a step
Lucy, are you from the South? I like how you use words. What the hell gave you that idea?
further, not to mention that this likely encourages fans to buy more of these anniversary sets so that they can combine the minifigure stands together. Moving on, some LEGO instruction steps just make absolutely no sense. Just check out this image for one example, which was sent in by a viewer named Daniel. Do you see that life-sized LEGO Technic rod diagram in the bottom right corner? Well, check out the parts list up top. Yeah, there's no need for that Technic rod in this step at all. This diagram of the Technic rod is just randomly added to this step despite not even being needed.
This would get me. This would get me. If it's in the instructions, I automatically assume that it is necessary. This would fucking end me. I would not have the logical brain to be like, no, I don't need to put that there.
Very weird. Another very odd step for a LEGO car is in the Aston Martin DB5. At step 70, you'll just need to slide one of these small wall elements into place. There's nothing that holds it steady, and it's likely to fall out with even a little shake. So what is LEGO trying to accomplish here? Well, on step 72, there's another piece that is placed around it to keep things secure, and so it creates this interesting building technique. LEGO definitely uses some weird building techniques at times, and some—
That shit pisses me off. That pissed me off when we were putting together that flower, okay? When there were like these fucking unsteady pieces that got in the way while you were trying to put in other pieces. That's the problem with the small shit. It's so easy to fuck up a step you already did because the space you're working with is so tiny.
Sometimes they're a bit confusing at
Yes,
first,
I still
but
have it.
just trust the process. The designers know exactly what they're doing. Now, some of the most frustrating LEGO instructions come from sets with a lot of stickers, and the Speed Champions line is one of the worst offenders. Don't get me wrong, these sets are typically fantastic, and this line has been one of LEGO's biggest hits in decades. But oh man, do these sets love stickers. One of the most egregious examples might come from this pair of BMW cars. Why? Well, this set comes with 3 whole sticker sheets with numbers into the 80s. The worst part though is easily step 135, where you need to put a plain black sticker onto a plain black brick. Why? Well, there are 2 reasons. The first is symmetry. Every other piece on the hood has a sticker, so it might actually look weirder without one. Secondly, and most importantly, that isn't actually a completely plain black sticker. If you look very closely, you can see that there's a small vent printed onto the sticker. It's a lot easier to see on the official set images than in the instruction booklet, but regardless, it is a very—
Okay, new rule? If there are stickers, chatty, if there are stickers in the Lego set, I'm not buying it, I'm not doing it on stream. Absolutely not. I already suck at like centering things just like every day. I have shaky hands. I'm not doing it. I'll be pissed off that I got it wrong. It's not happening.
Very small detail on this sticker. But as annoying as stickers can be, there's one element that's even worse. Strings. While these aren't particularly common in sets, when they pop up, they can be a real challenge for even the most experienced builders. Not only do you need to thread the string through an incredibly tiny hole, but you also need to make sure that it stays there. Officially, this is only supposed to need a single knot, but even after tying 4 or 5, many fans find that the string still slips out. Luckily, not many recent sets have strings, but the heavy-duty tow truck from 2021 had multiple steps involving coiling, threading, and knotting multiple strings.
What is this, a fucking sewing tutorial? Lego, stick to your fucking fundamentals.
But it's a rare sight these days in sets, and for many LEGO fans, that's a good thing. Let me know if you've built a set with a string in the comments below.
No way.
Alright, so while many of these steps have been a little obnoxious, they've at least made sense with a bit of extra added context. Well, that isn't always true though. 2 fans by the names of Dazzling Nishi and Carson sent in some images of the same step from the super cool retro camera set. Starting off with step 9, things are easy enough. You just have to place 2 1x1 black plates. Alright, that's easy. Now step 10 tells you to put a single 1x2 blue plate here. But this blue plate was already here. It was put here a few steps ago. So this new one should definitely be going somewhere else. The question though is where? Well, if you look very closely,
oh, this would trigger the fuck out of me.
Between steps 9 and 10, you'll spot this subtle difference. The new piece should be placed in the front center of the build, not where the arrow is currently pointing. This arrow just had one job, to point to the location of the new brick, and it failed miserably. Nonetheless, playing Spot the Difference used to be the norm for LEGO sets. I mean, seriously, just take a look at—
It's like those YouTube thumbnails that have the red arrow, but instead of pointing to the female's tits, it's pointing to some stupid fucking screenshot. Absolutely ridiculous. You should know what to fucking focus on.
This page from the original Galaxy Explorer set from 1979. This is actually a pretty tame example, but it gives you just an idea of how difficult LEGO sets used to be. Well, that tradition is still alive and well in some sets, such as the 2018 version of Hogwarts Castle. The first booklet of this build has you putting together the
6,020 pieces?
large base, and near the end, you'll need to decorate the cliffs. This can be somewhat tricky, as the instructions don't do a great job of highlighting where all of the new parts are supposed to go. To make matters worse, these shades of gray and brown can be tricky to tell apart under some artificial lights. Fortunately, these parts aren't structurally significant, and a misplaced brick here isn't really gonna cause any issues down the line. Still, some fans think that it would have been nice to have a little extra guidance in these steps. One other neat little change to LEGO instructions has been the inclusion of the brick separator. Today, these things are everywhere, and I'm sure you've got more than a few floating around. But back in the day, people had to get a little bit more creative when it came to taking sets apart. Just check out this step from an old LEGO set for one official recommendation on how to get bricks apart. Now, if you've never used any of the old Technic pins from the 1980s...
Teeth? Chatty, that's how some of you had fucking dentist visits, isn't it? I was never into Legos as a kid, and my family never bought me any Lego sets, so I don't think I went through this. But did some of you fuck up your teeth by doing shit like this?
This image might be a little bit confusing. Surely these Lego bricks could just be pulled apart. Today, that's totally true. But 40 years ago, the black Technic pins were made a bit differently. These things were some of the strongest LEGO connections ever, and getting them unstuck was no easy feat. In fact, LEGO is still telling us to use elements as separators too. I mean, just take a look at this step from the police chase at the bank build for one of the weirder examples of this. It's certainly not a super intuitive drawing, but basically you'll need to remove the leaves from the tree and then remove the green rod if you ever want to pop out the road tile. This is such a strange step to see in an instruction booklet, but it's necessary because the angle of a standard brick separator just doesn't fit with these road plates. I'm glad that LEGO includes this to give some extra guidance for disassembly, and it's certainly a clever technique, but the real victim here is the innocent squirrel whose tree is disassembled. However, as complicated as some LEGO sets are, there are times when the instructions are actually too simple. What does that mean? Well, sometimes LEGO themselves think that builders have zero IQ. There's a perfect example of this in this Yoda set from 2019. And as I show you, do me a quick favor and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Okay, take a look at this step. Whoa, slow down there, LEGO. Let me make sure I got all those parts ready. It's easy to laugh at LEGO sometimes for some of these overly simple instructions, but this set was marketed for kids ages 10 up, and the rest of the page seems to follow this one piece at a time design. Nonetheless, this is hardly the only set to have such simple instructions, and it's become something of a running joke on LEGO fan sites.
So this is the one that I should get, right guys? There's no way I could fail this one.
Fan designer named Duncan Shodden even created this custom set to prove his point and give viewers a good laugh. Don't try to build this very complicated egg if you're not over 18. It's too difficult. But moving on, you need to see this next set. The orchid from the Fantastic Botanicals collection has a fun final step where you'll simply need to dump in the remaining brown pieces to simulate the soil, which isn't a very common instruction step to come across while building. Regardless, this odd technique has been done in several sets, from the bonsai tree to the ship in the bottle, and it's always a great way to end a build.
Cool.
However, what's particularly neat about this set is that real orchids need loose, airy soil to grow, so this is actually a really accurate representation, which is quite neat. But you see, that's not all, because if you want to see more uncommon and surprising building techniques, click on this video right now.
Nah, he's trying to trap me in the Lego loop. He's trying to trap me in the Lego loop. Okay, I think a good idea for a stream would be for us to shop for Lego sets together. What do you think, Chatty? You could all vote on which Lego set we buy and put together on stream. And then also we could do Gunpla, and I could have my first little Gundam figure, and I just think it would be, you know, like a nice date night, right? What do you think, Chatty? What do you think? It's a concept. Okay. This one is called Brown Color is Weird. Apparently brown doesn't exist. I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be upset by this, including me. I'm the most upset of all. I don't know how you're gonna convince me that brown is not a color. Do your fucking worst.
This video will be exploring the color brown. Viewer discretion is advised. Red, green, blue. These three colors are almost like magic. They're able to fool our eyes into thinking we're seeing almost any color you can think of, and yet, they can't. They're actually very limited, but at the same time, they are nearly limitless.
The prime colors? Guys, I didn't think green was prime. Isn't green yellow and blue? And yellow, blue, and red are the prime colors? Guys? Guys?
What do I mean? Well, brown. Brown. Feast your eyes on the delightful world of brown.
Is he gonna say some weird shit that's just like, brown is technically just like a shade of orange? Okay.
There are so many good browns out there.
Do we need 20 minutes for that?
The bark of a majestic tree, the amazing wood grain of your favorite video cassette recorder, fresh coffee beans, delicious chocolate. Really, brown is the color of some awesome stuff. Yeah, there are also some less appealing brown substances out there.
Wait, guys, what is he talking about? What are the unappealing brown things?
But on the whole, brown's a nice color and underappreciated. But the funny thing about brown is that it's a color that doesn't really exist. Okay, it does, but it also kinda doesn't. It literally depends on how you see things. So we're going to be talking a bit about RGB lighting again, so in a sense this video is a continuation of The Weird World in RGB. If you haven't seen that video, you might—
I love YouTubers who make videos about the weirdest shit possible. Like that girl who was doing the pockets and the dark mode shit. Like, who thinks of this stuff? And this fucking guy who's just like, I'm gonna make a video on how, like, RGB lighting is crazy and also how brown isn't a real color. Like, okay, fuck, how does your mind work and how do I steal it so I can put it in my own content?
Might want to check it out. Here's a card. Now, that doesn't always work. So there's a link down below if you need it.
Have you ever seen—
That doesn't always work, bro's constipated.
A brown light?
This may seem like a rather silly question, but it's pretty much the entire point of this video. So yeah. Now, you've probably seen like a sign for a UPS store which is lit up and contains brown, but there's a weird thing going on with that sign. It's not actually brown, it's orange.
I knew it! I knew it!
Brown is an amazing color because it highlights how we perceive and describe the world.
A mile away.
Our eyes are just fancy light detectors, barely able to see 3 colors. But our brains, they're pretty good at interpreting what the output from those light detectors means. And the fascinating thing about brown is that it's a color that exists due to context, not wavelength. Take a look at a rainbow. Rainbows are super helpful because they break out the visible light spectrum and show us the limits of what we can see. They're also super interesting because they exist only to humans.
Did you know that there's shrimp out there that can see, like, fucking a million colors? I want to be those shrimp. Just a day in their life. A day in their life, and I want to look at a rainbow and I want to know what the real color spectrum looks like. I feel like I would trip.
Well, they exist only to organisms that see invisible light. And they also kinda don't exist at all. Rainbows aren't physical objects, they're just the result of weird things that happen when electromagnetic radiation gets diffracted and reflected through water droplets and observed from one location.
Rainbows are so pretty, bro. Look at that. Every time I see a rainbow, like IRL, I feel like life is worth living.
In space. Anyway, the important thing about rainbows is that they contain the color spectrum. That's our friend Mr. Biv, Roy G. These are all—
You mean Roy G. Biv? You fucking say his name right, asshole!
All the wavelengths of light that we can detect with our eyes and thus see. Now, you may notice that brown's not in here. I suppose that's not too surprising.
Oh, guys, look, brown's not in here. Why didn't we invite Brown to the party? Why didn't we invite Brown to the party? And then Orange looks at Brown and it's like, you're not a real color. You're just me. But uglier.
Surprising. When's the last time you had a brown
They're all
Skittle?
being mean to Brown,
M&Ms,
bro.
though.
Taste the brown.
The fact that brown does not appear in the rainbow tells us that there is no such thing as brown light. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. The screen you're looking at is showing you brown with light. So how can there be no such thing as brown light when you're looking right at it? Well, in fact, this isn't brown. It's orange with context.
I'm killing you. I'm killing you. I'm committing assault, homicide, murder. I'm killing you. I'm pushing you down. I have a knife. I'm stabbing you directly into the chest 57 times. I fucking swear to God, bro!
Let's play around with some RGB lights, shall we? I've gone with some LED tape light this time because I have more precise control over it.
I want some.
So, quick refresher, the colors red, green, and blue work together to create virtually all colors of light because they roughly correspond to the long, medium, and short cone cells in your eyes. Mix the ratios up between these 3 colors, and you can trick your brain into thinking it's seeing just about any color at all. Red alone? Well, it's red. As we add green light, it shifts to orange, then yellow. Now, as we take away the red, it becomes a yellow-green, and finally it's solidly green. Then we add blue, and now it's shifting towards a blue-green and now a cyan, before we start taking away the green and it heads into—
Is this just color theory, the video?
Solid blue territory. Start to add red to this and you get a purplish color. Keep going and we get magenta. And finally, as we take the blue away, we start back at red. The only thing we've been messing with here is the hue, not the Dewey or Louie, and hue exists on a circle. Well, sometimes. There's a bunch of ways to represent color, but here, let me show you my play button.
What?
The outer ring contains all of the pure colors of light that we can produce in an RGB space.
The pure colors of light? Dude, we're being like racist towards literal color spectrum now.
You'll notice that it follows the color
pure?
spectrum, though violet is replaced with magenta and it bleeds back into red. In case you forgot, magenta is a weird color that our brains made up. It comes from an object emitting both high—
Fuck you. Fuck you. Magenta is purple. Magenta's purple. And I stand by that. Magenta is just purple. And I don't like the color.
and low frequencies of light. So
it's real
near
to
blue
me!
and near red, but few middle frequencies like green. Magenta doesn't exist in the rainbow.
I don't care.
There it is.
I don't
Anyway,
care.
back to the tape light. These lights can make any sort of RGB combination you like, just as the subpixels in your monitor can. But they can't make brown. Why not? Because again, brown light doesn't exist. There is only brown.
This is so sad.
Well, here, how does one make brown in the RGB space? Surely it's possible. I mean, look at all the brown. Well, notice what's going on inside the triangle. This triangle represents the relationship between hue, saturation, and brightness in a 2D space. If fully saturated and fully bright, we find ourselves in the right corner. All monochromatic or spectral light sources exist.
Can't you get brown from any color, though? Like, isn't the whole idea of brown is that it's like colors mixed together when the colors don't make a new color?
Here. If brightness stays the same but saturation falls, we head towards the top corner and white. In an RGB space, this is accomplished by adding both blue and green to red, pushing the composite color towards white. Of note is that brightness is technically increasing since we are adding more light, but you'll see why we don't say that shortly. As brightness decreases, we head towards the bottom corner and black. In RGB, this is done simply by producing less light. As you approach no light at all, you approach black. This can be a little confusing to conceptualize because the axes are weird. You might think saturation exists on the x-axis going left to right, but in fact, saturation remains at 100% all along this edge of the triangle. Only brightness varies. On the opposite edge, brightness remains at 100% as saturation changes. And on the left edge, saturation stays at 0, but brightness changes. And in fact, that's why this edge is simply black to white.
As someone that's drawn this video is very interesting to me, I can't.
With this being the saturation axis and this being the brightness axis. It isn't really important to the point here, but it is interesting. Now, this is just one of the ways we can show a color palette. There are plenty of other options, like this one, where the box contains hue and saturation, and brightness is controlled via the slider on the right. Or there's also YouTube's favorite, the Hue Cube.
Bro, are you giving me a fucking Photoshop tutorial?
But for what we are talking about here, the color wheel is best. So, how do we get brown out of the color?
He lost a fucking bet. He lost a fucking bet. Some assholes on Patreon voted on his poll, and it was like, what should I make a video on, guys? There's no way this one will win. And then he was like, fuck, how am I gonna spend fucking 20 minutes talking about this shit? He's like, well, I guess I have to bust open the goddamn Photoshop.
Well, we're gonna put our hue at something like 30 degrees and drop the brightness. That, my friends, is brown. Brown is just orange, but darker.
So you're telling me that my shit is orange?
Now, I'm sure many of you already knew this, but I am routinely fascinated by this. Because again, you can't make brown light. Here, let's go back to the tape light. We know that to make brown, we need to make orange and darken it. So we'll make a nice orange color.
Syndrome high.
Now decrease the brightness. That's still orange. This is not brown at all. Oh, but it is. We just don't have any context to suggest that this should be brown, because you cannot create that context with a light source on its own. Here, I'm going to leave you in the dark for a moment. We're going to stay here for a brief period so your eyes get used to the darkness.
No.
Yes, this sure is dark.
No.
Not a lot to see here, that's for sure. Now, this demonstration is only really going to work if you can be in a completely dark room, so maybe try and do that.
You're all fucked.
I'll give
You're
you a
all
second.
fucked.
Are you there yet? Are you in your dark place? Okay, cool. So, I have brought to you a square of orange. This is a very pretty orange square, isn't it? Now, it's not the brightest orange square out there. In fact, I've yet to see one of those, but it sure is orange.
It's brown to me!
Let's fade from black and into white. Oh no, it was brown
it was
the whole
already
time.
Brown!
How could I have been fooled?
What do you mean it was already brown? I assure you this isn't a trick. He's like, this worked too well. And I'm just here like, it was brown the whole time! He's fucking trolling. He's fucking trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling us. He's screwing with us. He got more brown though? I guess. It's because you weren't in a dark room?
Well, you were fooled because you
so your little mind tricks only work when you have me in a specific environment. Maybe brown really is a color.
Didn't have any context to tell you that this color was brown. Or if you weren't fooled, you didn't listen to me and instead left the—
This is the type of motherfucker who would make a video to explain why teal isn't a color. We get it! It's a fucking space in between green and blue. That doesn't mean it's not a fucking word we use to describe that fucking shade of blue and
The
green.
lights on so you can see the color against the blackness of your screen, you cheater. To see brown as brown, we need to be seeing brighter things around it. And that's why you can't ever make a light source, like this tape light, appear
I'm gonna
brown.
get wrinkles from
it
how
produces its own light, so
wrinkled
it
my
will
noses
always
right now.
be brighter than its surroundings.
In anger.
You can't use light to take brightness away. However, in the case of a monitor or television, you can control the amount of light each portion of it makes. So if you need to see a brown thing, so long as there are brighter objects on the screen to give you context, you'll see that dimly lit orange as brown. Also of note is that with lights on in the room, the monitor is of course darker than its surroundings already. This is one of the reasons this demonstration might not have worked. The black space around the orange square gives you the context you need to know that it's not very bright at all, so it's brown. In fact, this is precisely the reason why your display needs to be a black void when it's not displaying anything. In order to see a full range of colors, you need to be able to produce darkness and lightness at the same time. The only way to do that with light by itself is to make sure the starting point is very dark. So
I can't. Lucy worked at Starbucks. She will not be convinced there's no brown. Every time you work at Starbucks is just different shades of brown. Different shades of like brown fucking coffee. It's like sometimes it gets lighter when you add certain ingredients, but it's all fucking brown. It's just all brown. And sometimes if they don't add anything to their coffee, sometimes it's fucking black. Sometimes it's fucking black. So how do you describe when I add fucking milk to coffee and then it turns from black to like a light brown? What do you mean? Are you trying to tell me that it wasn't black? It was just the darkest orange known to man?
modern displays absorb most of the light that falls on them, so they will appear black, even in a well-lit space. This is also why projection systems need to be in very dark rooms. Otherwise, the screen is illuminated by incidental lighting.
Yes,
so
actually,
the
I'm
darkest
gonna
color
I'm gonna go crazy. I'm
flashing
flashing out. I'm flashing out! I'm flashing out! All the restraints are off! I'm fucking breaking down New York City! I'm fucking, I'm Godzilla!
Washed out. The thing is, to
breathing
make
fire.
brown, you need to take light away. If you wanted to make brown using pigments, you'd start with orange and add black. And in fact, you can even see this going on in the
that shit color! Ew!
color wheel. While this is, of course, representing color in the context of light, you can also think of this as the result of mixing paints together.
Brown, fuck off!
Up here is purely white paint. Down here is purely black paint. And over to the right is a paint of perfect hue. Mix them together and you get what's going on inside the triangle. Objects in the real world that are brown are like
it's such a fucking nasty shade, and the consistency.
an orange mixed with black. The light they reflect into your eyes is similar in wavelength to an orange, but there's not a lot of that light. It's pretty dark.
No.
And we just happen to call that resulting color
no.
brown. Side note, brown is also fascinating to me because it's arguably a human construct. Perhaps you've heard about how
He's triggering me, Chatty. He's triggering me.
languages evolved to describe color in categories. Some languages have fewer categories of color than others, and anthropologists have discovered that as languages evolved, they tended to build upon these categorizations in the same predictable order. For instance, languages with only 3 categories of color would almost always contain white, black, or their stand-ins, light and dark, and red. In these languages, things like blue, green, yellow,
whose flag
they
is
just
this?
don't have words for them and they're not distinct. Languages with 6 categories like Mandarin Chinese contain white, black, red, yellow, green, and blue. Side note, 在高中的时候我学中文.
Of course you did! Of course you fucking know Chinese! Of course, you probably know every fucking language! You probably know everything! I bet anytime anyone says anything and they're like, the sky is blue, you fucking weigh in and you're like, well actually, the sky is not blue. So here's actually, the sky is actually just like it's a construct. Like you are the most, I respect your craft, but you have to understand the emotional state you're putting me in. You're putting me in an awful position, bro. You're putting me in a bad spot. A really bad fucking spot. And I can't fucking take it anymore.
We're learning colors, as you do. We learned 白色, 黑色, 红色, 黄色.
Okay, this is the part where I tell you that in Japanese the word aoi doesn't always mean like blue, but sometimes it's like a greenish blue. Haha. Now you guys know something cool. Yeah.
绿色 and 蓝色. Then our teacher asked us, what do you think brown is? And I blurted out, because I was a smartass and thought it would be clever,
So like me
what,
too?
is it
Yeah.
kafetsa? And my teacher's eyes lit up because it is. Now, to be fair, that technically means...
I fucking hate you. You're just explaining how you were a teacher's pet. Bro's just like, so what is it? Kafetsa? And he's it's like, oh my god, he's a fucking natural! I can't!
the color of
this
coffee.
guy!
And there is a separate word for brown, 棕色. However, we used kafetsa more frequently in class at least, so there you go. I can now officially say that I have used my very, very rudimentary knowledge of Chinese in my professional life. Huzzah! Anyway, to get us back on target, the point I'm making here is that we only recognize colors as distinct after we've decided that's a distinct color, and we give it a name. Even in English, orange didn't become a color until we stole that word from the fruit. Prior to that,
I fucking hate you. You're not gonna tell me. No, this is orange. This has nothing to do with brown.
It's either yellow or red, or yellow-red, or maybe red-yellow. Rello?
Rello?
And I think brown is definitely one of these late colors. Why?
Do not
well,
cook.
Let's hop on board the color wheel one more time. Right here is a nice, sturdy brown. Clearly, that's brown. But look what happens when I change the hue.
Great shade.
As we head into yellow, that becomes... well,
it becomes a very unhealthy shade of shit brown.
No, a pukey green, maybe tan. We move into green, and that's just a dark green. As we move into cyan, we get what you might...
This is a beautiful shade. I paused on such a beautiful shade. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Call a teal, but everything from there on out is just dark whatever. Dark blue, dark purple, dark red. But when we get back to orange, that's not dark orange, it's brown. The color is clearly its own color. But why? Why isn't it a dark orange? Well, because we've named it brown. And the mere act...
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You just taught me how words work. You just taught me how words work. You just...
of doing that causes it to become a distinct color in our mind's eye. That's pretty neat and weird stuff, isn't it? Brown serves as a fantastic example of the difference between creating color with pigments and creating color with light. Objects in the real world are lit by the sun, or maybe a light bulb, and what we see is the light reflected off of them. If they reflect a lot of that light, they'll appear white. If they absorb a lot of that light, they'll appear black. And if they absorb only some frequencies of light and reflect others, they'll appear as whatever color they reflect the most. But describing it that way is incomplete. It's not just the prevailing wavelength that creates the color. That defines the hue. Again, that's the circle. Hue is only 1/3 of color. Hue, saturation, and brightness all work together to create the color.
I know this! I make my own thumbnails!
We see. In the realm of pigment, or real-world objects, brightness describes how much light is reflected back. Hue describes which, if any, wavelengths stand out to give it color, and saturation describes how much that wavelength stands out, or how intense
You lost
the
the
color
bet, didn't
appears.
you, bro? Just say
And
it.
the
Just
thing
drop
is,
the
in the
knowledge.
real world, we always start with light, and the objects around us take it away. This is called subtractive color. If we use paint, well, a white paint reflects pretty much all of the light that hits it back, and roughly equally. A black paint absorbs most of the light that hits it, again, equally. And a colored paint absorbs most light but not certain wavelengths. In the case of red paint, it reflects red quite well. In this scenario, the red paint is our hue. Red paint alone is fully saturated and fully bright. Add some white paint to it and you decrease the saturation because now the reflected light is not purely red. Other wavelengths are now visible.
Such a beautiful color. We call that peach. We call that peach. When you add white to orange and you get the peach color, it's so gorgeous, beautiful.
The red remains prominent. Mixing in black paint with red decreases the brightness because it lowers the overall amount of light being reflected
But
back.
it makes a sick
However,
shade.
because black paint absorbs all wavelengths roughly equally, the light being reflected back is still purely red.
Wait, never
There's
mind.
just
This one
less of
doesn't
it.
look that good.
So this mixture is fully saturated but less bright. You can create any brightness and saturation combo you like simply by altering the ratio of white, red, and black paint. The hue, however, will always remain red. Or
They
roughly
turned
0
it
degrees on the hue
gray.
circle. But when we use light to create an image, this is
Are you
sort of
okay?
turned on its
No.
head. A display creates its own light, usually, and this is why the primary colors are red, green, and blue. We sometimes call this additive color. We are starting with no light and need to add light to create what is seen.
It's still brown. It kind of feels orange to me here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This one feels very orange pilled.
And in the weird world of RGB, creating colors anywhere below this line requires lowering brightness or taking away light. but we can't
It looks
actually
brown,
take
though.
away light.
I'm gonna kill everyone in this chat. You're all dead. Okay? I didn't know that today would be the day, but today's the fucking day.
We can only produce less of it. And that's what's so interesting about brown. Even here on the color wheel with orange selected, it's kind of hard, at least to me, to see the space in the triangle as containing brown. It just looks like a whole bunch of different shades of orange. But indeed, those
You lack imagination. You lack imagination.
darker shades are very much what we call brown.
You have color
It's an
blindness. You don't
orangish
even know it.
wavelength of
You
light,
don't even know it. I can see
but
the
not
brown
a
in
lot
this
of it.
triangle.
With something like an LED tape light or really any RGB light source on its own, you can't produce a color that looks like brown because
This is a very informative video. I think the problem is that I thought that the whole 20 minutes would be about telling me why brown is not really real, but we kind of established that in the first 2 minutes, and all of this after has just been talking about color
any
theory.
attempt to do so will just end up looking like orange. And the reason why
Jenna
is
Casper,
pretty
welcome.
simple. All light sources brighten what's around them.
And practicing Chinese,
There's no equivalent of a black pigment in the realm of light. There's just less light. And in order for that to be perceived as a dark color, you need to have some sort of
Okay, off topic, but the RGB light strips look really cool.
context. You get gobs of that when looking at an image produced on a display, but you get none at all from a simple light source existing in the real world. With an RGB light, you're limited to colors that exist on this line. You can either have a pure hue, which
Vroom, 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 motherfucker. No, watching this guy's videos, I know what type of person you are. I know what type of person you are. Watching somebody else, this guy's fucking videos, and then you're having a conversation with someone and you're like, oh, I like your brown pants. And then you're like, you get this fucking wicked Grinch level smile on your face. Like you fucking start sneering, snarling. And you're like, actually, they're not brown. And you're about to ruin that woman's life, you piece of shit.
incidentally is why your RGB gaming rig tends to just cycle between blue, cyan, green, yellow, red, magenta, and blue again. Or you can decrease saturation and approach white. But you can't venture away from this line. I mean, you can, but a dimmer light without context is still just a light. And our brains simply won't see that as in the center of the triangle unless we have other, brighter things to see too. I hope you enjoyed this look into the color brown. Brown is, and I am not kidding you, my favorite color.
Is anyone in here an enjoyer of the color brown? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm gonna say no. I'm not a big fan of brown. I think it can be beautiful in nature. But like, usually I'm not a big fan of brown. Oh, that's a lot of 2s. That's a lot of 2s. 2, but only after this video. He's like, I lost my love for brown. I no longer have passion for the color brown. Now that I know brown is not real, I can no longer love it. I was lied to. I was misled.
Sometimes I wish we could just get a 70s appreciation movement going because boy, was that a good time to be a fan of brown. Nowadays, nobody seems to like the color brown.
Yeah.
Sad face. Now, to be fair, the world's ugliest color, that's Pantone 448C, is a brown, but
This is the world's ugliest color? I don't agree. I don't think so. There are uglier colors. Yeah, it's camo. It reminds me of camo pants. I think maybe, yeah, I could see this looking fine.
I mean, that's not fair to
It's not that
brown.
bad.
Not all browns are that gross looking. They can be. Just slide the hue over here and you're getting a good bit of yellow in there, which somehow seems to make the brown look almost greenish. But
Silver
just look
State
at all these
welcome.
other great browns. Those are some good browns.
How is... That's red. This is red. I'm sorry. I'm getting pissed off. Oh, this is making me angry. This is red? Hold on. I need to have my fucking mouse on. I usually turn it off, but you guys need my mouse for this. This is fucking imperative. Holy shit. Okay. Alright, capture cursor. Alright. Can you guys see it? Can you guys fucking see it? No? Okay, I'll fix it. Now you should be able to see it, right? No? It's over. It's over. I don't know what happened. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm washed up. I'm washed up. I'm washed up. Anyway, do you guys see? Auburn is fucking red. Auburn's fucking red. Citron is yellow. That's yellow. Goldenrod is pretty much yellow. Sinopia is fucking orangish red. Rufos is fucking red. The Rust is orangey red. Mahogany is fucking orangey red. Maroon is fucking red. Burgundy is red. You call this shit brown to me, you're gonna piss me off.
Are you wondering why I've made a video on
brown?
Well, the more good sounding answer is that I wanted to share with you more of the weirdness that is our human color perception.
Nope, get the real answer.
The more true answer is that I wanted to see if I could make a good video out of something as mundane as a color.
Let me do a hydrate and let me collect my thoughts. I think this is a good video for the right audience. This is a good video for the right audience. It's put together well, it's informative, it's factually accurate, there was effort put into it. It's not a bad video. I'm not sure if I was the target audience. I'm not sure if I was the target audience, okay? I'm just not sure if it was me that you wanted to watch this video, you know? I'm just not sure if it was me. But, you know, it was funny. It was fucking funny to watch it on stream because everybody got to see me get fucking mind broken. I'll remain that way. Alright. Oh, technology connections, my beloved. Oh, look, guys, it's everyone's favorite.
VTuber pointing out.
It's this guy. He reacted to my good friend Numi. My good friend Numi. I'm sure he has nothing but great things to say. I'm sure he has nothing but positive input. This is going to be great. I can't wait to fucking react. Oh, this guy, I'm kind of excited for this one. He's excited.
VTuber pointing out misleading titles and clickbait titles about herself.
Hey, sorry for the serious video here, but I need to talk about some things that have been brought
Look at how cute she is, bro.
to my attention regarding some of the videos that I've been seeing pop up on YouTube nowadays. The clipping community, I think, is one of the most important parts of the streaming ecosystem, as many people don't have the time to watch their whole stream and like to see general highlights and clips of their favorite streamers when they have the time.
Best example of this is Queso. Look at Queso.
Queso fucking blew up because of clips. Literally because of clips. And specifically because of clips where people were making fun of him being fat. You know, maybe some other streamer would just block people and ban people who called him fat. This guy said, you guys are content for me. And he turned people, like, making the most rancid jokes about his weight into content. And now guess what? Bro fucking streams to 50k CCV every goddamn stream. He's cracked. He's fucking crazy. All because he lets people call him a fat piece of shit. God bless.
Pop the fuck off because of those clips. Those clips were insane. He's great, but the way that a lot of people discovered him was off platform with clips. Clips are really important.
Same for
Absolutely.
me.
Different things that cause a streamer to get more attention, and in my case, getting clips from a few clippers back in the day really helped people find out about me.
Yeah.
I had my own stuff and my own personality that really helped boost me, but back then, I didn't push on YouTube, and those clippers ended up bringing a lot of...
I feel like I had the opposite experience. I feel like I already had a presence on YouTube, and I don't really know how I feel about clipping, because I feel like most of my shit that gets clipped, almost never is it me being fucking funny. It's usually my down bad moments and just me saying like my horny shit, which is fine. But am I to believe I am so fucking unfunny? I am so goddamn worthless that the only thing redeeming about me is my cock, dick, and cum jokes? Yeah, I agree.
Really great viewers to my streams that I know are still around in my community today. The
That's
fans,
nice.
well, they...
Usually my clippers, outside of like my editors, usually the clips that get posted of me, they have the opposite effect.
Aren't the streamer...
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, usually I don't like have the urge to... I read the caption and I'm just like, oh shit, he said that? And then I'll play the first 10 seconds. It's like, oh my god, yep, he said that. Well, that sounds like something that's not my business. And then I watch him get canceled, like, over the following days.
Are still a really huge part in the image that's being shown to everybody. They say that the community reflects the streamer, and I would definitely say that's true.
Sometimes, yeah.
My mod team, my friends, and everyone I interact with, and just how I act in general, is a really big part in shaping my community. It directly influences them and the way that they act and the way that they deal with other people. But it also goes the same way for the viewers. Oftentimes you learn about a streamer from a friend, a tweet, a TikTok, or in this case, a clip.
She's right.
They're really good clippers that help you learn about the streamer, and then they're the ones that are pretty disrespectful.
Numi is spitting. You know, I'm not used to her being informative. Cataclystia, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Cringe Empire.
I've never had a huge problem with clips because I've been fortunate enough to have really kind fans and respectful ones that run these accounts and listen to my boundaries and would delete clips or rename things if it was ever getting to a point that would make me feel uncomfortable in any way. But recently, there have been a numerous amount of these channels popping up that have been so incredibly...
Also, can I just say, Asmongold's fucking chat, you guys are so lucky that my legs are blocking it. You guys are so lucky that my legs are blocking it. They really act like they have control over the stream. They really act like all they have to do is say skip, as if Asmongold is their personal little fucking playlist, and they can just press skip because they don't like a certain track. Bro, fucking sit down and watch the goddamn content. Holy shit!
Now she's about to get to it.
Gross to see that it's been putting off not only me, but my community and communities adjacent. These people are doing this.
Let me guess, before we see him. It's sexual innuendo that is implied in the title with a suggestive thumbnail, and the clip isn't actually that.
Fucking pre-watched? Fucking pre-watcher? Pre-watch gold? Asmon pre-watch gold, man? Bald watcher? That's insane. Wow, that's crazy. No, what this tells me is that this is, like, not just the VTuber community. This tells me that he has, like, female streamer friends who are, like, fleshies, and the same shit happens to them. That's what this tells me. That's my prediction.
I bet that's what it is.
It's producing these extremely misleading clickbaity videos that oftentimes have nothing to do with the actual content being shown.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like to say that pretty much every single video that we have seen has been extremely misleading or clickbaity and having nothing to do with the title or the thumbnail at hand. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay.
Here's just an example of one of the accounts that I've been seeing.
Oh my god. I wanna fuck. I like hard sex. Bitch, we all know Numi is a pathetic virgin. What are you talking about?
Lately. This is
How could anyone have predicted this?
How
What a
could
shock.
anyone have done it?
This is one of the channels that
Look at the picture. She's on a fucking leash.
Always making fun of because
Oh my god, guys, she's so cute. Do you think she would bark for me? Like,
the titles were so stupid and misleading and just completely untrue. Then we saw this one, and then we saw this one, and then we saw this one. This account was brought to my mod's attention.
I need a boyfriend. I want to fuck. I like hards. Dude. Who's running this channel?
AI. He probably was like, ChatGPT, generate titles that would generate clicks if it happened to my VTuber friend. And they were just like, okay, here you go. A bunch of bullshit that never actually happened.
Via a ticket in our Discord server. And as you can see, the content is very obviously uploaded with the intent to mislead viewers. I understand that a lot of people have a deep interest in a streamer's personal life.
My god, that fucking Numi picture is the fucking giantest tits ever. Jesus.
For some reason, even though I'm pretty open about a lot, and despite that, people still want to know more about their sexual stuff or my actual personal relationship.
Well, of course they do. I mean, you like, the thing is that this is, we gotta get down. Let's just come to Jesus here about this. All right, people.
Wait, prediction. Wait, guys, I have a prediction. It's gonna be crazy. Okay. He's gonna say that it happens because her model has tits.
Design VTuber avatars to be attractive to men. That's what it is. And there's a reason why this character has huge tits, and why she's attractive, why she's wearing a collar. And yeah, of course, obviously, this might be the girl's aesthetic decision as well, but it sure seems like those aesthetic decisions sure seem to be more popular, right? And so you have a situation where you have people that you're selling, to a degree, a sexual experience.
What? What do you mean? Guys, I have big tits because it makes the design look better. Guys, my huge tits are just like for aesthetic purposes. Guys, I hope you're enjoying these fucking tits. Are you joking? I paid money for them. You know? There's two types of women who pay for their tits. One who's getting a surgery and one who's getting a fucking VTuber model. I paid good money for these things, so if you're not attracted, I'm very upset right now and I feel like I did something wrong. However, I will say, I just really like having nice looking tits. I do. I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope it's across the board. I hope we can all hold hands and sing and do a little merry-go-round and have joy and end fucking world hunger because we all love looking at big fucking jiggling tits regardless of our
in the way that
fucking
you
gender.
present this character, and I think this is unique to VTubing in one way, is that when you're a female and you're a real...
I love the way he said that. When you're a female.
I know you guys might not believe this, but they do exist. If you're a real-life female, you don't really have as much control over your body appearance as you do if you create a VTuber.
So true.
You could make yourself a demon. You could make yourself...
Why is that your first example?
Have huge tits or no tits, right? You could make your character look however you want. But the reason why people create characters that look this way is because they are the most appealing and they attract male viewers. And that is probably the majority of people that watch content like this is male viewers. I would assume it's probably over 90% male viewers. So what ends up happening is that when you create content that's made to attract men through a sexual desire, you will have those people go too far. Now,
yeah, but that's not really what's happening in this situation. I don't know. I feel like he's talking about something else. He's talking about like guys who fucking go up to you and they're like, hey, where's the OnlyFans? And you're like, I don't have an OnlyFans. And he's like, that's crazy. That's really disappointing. You should have an OnlyFans. Like, bro, you're asking me to start making porn. Do you realize what you're saying to me? Like, but this is about lying.
It doesn't justify that behavior, and it's still bad to do, but you have to look at why this is happening. You can't go and say, I don't know why this is happening. It's obvious why this is happening. It's obvious.
Guys, look at my my ears when I put my eyes like up and then down. Look at this. You like it? Are you sexually attracted?
And I'm not one of these, blaming the girls for it, or, oh, you shouldn't wear that. I'm not this kind of a guy. I think girls should be able to wear and do whatever they want.
You can. You just have to be aware of, like, the certain types of people who are more likely to click on that sort of shit, you know? But I just genuinely love the fashion of this outfit. I love the fucking gothic, punk, emo, hot topic ass style. I genuinely enjoy it. I'm fine. I can deal with whatever happens from it. And also, I think it's sexy. I enjoy looking this way. So I'm prepared for, like, the type of comments that will come in. I think I have, like, a healthy divorce from, like, my human agent's body and then my character's body. Like, overall, I do.
But let's not be intellectually dishonest here. There's a reason why you create the character to look this way and why you do this.
To induce cum shots.
Now, these people are over the line. They're creepy and weird. 100%.
I guess, and
they
because
do this
of that,
with every female streamer.
passerbys would go by, see clips like this, and look at these titles and be like, what the hell, and click on them because they're clickbaity titles.
No, the worst part is not when they click on them. The worst part is when somebody sees shit like that and they see like, oh, I like hard sex, I want to fuck, and they don't click on that because to them it's like reprehensive. Because they don't want to fucking watch a female streamer who talks about, like, having sex all the time. Like, that's not what they're into, okay? Maybe they would be open to, like, the lewd humor. But, like, oh, she talks about how she has sex on stream. I don't like that. I'm not gonna watch her. She's one of those. Like, it's a bad impression. Because that's not the way that Numi makes lewd fucking jokes. She doesn't say, oh, I like hard sex. No, she says, I wish I could have hard sex with this fucking Azure Lane boat girl's feet, but I can't because she's not real and I'm really sad about it. It's different.
Right? You can agree with that.
Yeah.
Just judging by this, you can already tell it's not like any normal clip you would see of a fan that actually likes me and my content. I need a boyfriend.
I don't see that as being true. I think that there's plenty of people that like female streamers and they just like to goon to them. It's that
holy fucking based.
Simple. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that either, as long as the female streamer is okay with it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, he's right.
Like,
when you're right,
I'll be honest,
you're
I think
right.
that's totally fine.
I want to fuck. I like hard sex. Drunk Numi on reason why she will be single forever. Drunk Numi is in need of a man. Drunk Numi's confession about hard sex. Numi is trying to fuck Buff so hard.
Oh,
and then you
Buff
go ahead and
Pup.
you click
That's
on one of
another
these
streamer.
videos. You lean into this. I'm really right now. I had 2 buzzballs. White Claw, bro. Immediately, you can tell the subtitles are inaccurate in talking about balls, like a man's genitalia, and not the fact that I'm just drinking a buzzball and alcohol.
Amazing. Incredible. Top tier content. A++, ship that shit out right now.
Alcoholic beverage during one of my streams. I feel him. My bro. My bro. I said, bro. But the subtitles say,
My god, AI is so bad at understanding English.
Feel him. Numi is...
You know what's probably happening? Is that the person who's doing this is probably not a native English speaker. And they're just like, they are the strongest gooner in India, maybe. Or the strongest gooner in Yugoslavia. User. Or China. And they really like this girl. And that's it.
They don't fucking like her. They just want to farm clicks off of her.
It's AI. Yeah, all this is done with AI. Because I think this is probably what's actually happening. I think that people are creating these channels, and the entire thing is done with AI, and it's created entirely to make money. And I bet that tons of, like, every single streamer girl that I know has obsessed weird stalker accounts. But what's happening now is that the obsessed weird stalker accounts are getting eclipsed by these AI-generated accounts that create the clips, they create the videos, they create the subtitles, they do the editing, they add all of this in.
This is fucking doomer. This is like a doomer pill, bro. Jesus Christ, how many of these things are out there?
And they don't even do anything about it. Yugoslavia really doesn't exist anymore, dude? Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably why this guy's doing this. He doesn't have a country anymore.
It's from a collab with me, Neuro,
That's
and
crazy.
Evil.
So adorable when you're angry.
Oh my god.
Please yell some more.
Showing this whole part so you can see how dumb and misleading it can be.
I don't want to yell.
You know what?
You know what?
I love the awkward pauses of Neuro, you know? I just love how you have to sit there in awkward autistic silence just waiting for her to come up with her generated response.
What?
It's great.
I'm quaking and shaking right now at your anger. Maybe you do have a bit of a fight in you.
Okay.
So honestly, just by looking at this video for a couple seconds, you know that this does not at all match the title of the
she definitely needs a man from that. Yeah, the quaking anger, that's because she needs a man.
The video, nor does it match the thumbnail.
No.
It's clickbait.
It is.
Numi is not single anymore, which obviously is not true. Numi goes viral. Her sex on Mountain Truth will shock you.
Fucking, oh my god, dude. This one on the fucking left is so crazy. What the hell, bro? These people do not like the streamers that they're clipping. They just want to clip people for money and views, and that's it. They don't care. Because if they did, they wouldn't do shit that obviously hurts their fucking image and fucking portrays them as something that they're not.
India's strongest gooner.
Why do you keep bringing up India, bro? English literacy in India is not that bad, okay? You're thinking of Japan. They have extremely low English literacy.
Maybe it's like some guy that lives in Italy.
Italy?
That's what it is. It has to be, right? You mean weakest?
Is there no path the creator can take to have these channels removed? You can! Yes. As far as I'm aware, Numi came in earlier today and said that the ones that she featured in this video have been taken down, which is based. However, the odds that they'll just make new ones and start the grift up again is very high. So the best thing that you can do is whenever you see it, click on it, don't watch it, and then report the video for misleading content, thumbnail, whatever. You could probably do it for sexual content too, because there's no way videos like this that just say, oh, I love balls. Like, those shouldn't fucking be out there on the platform. Especially when you can age restrict a video. These people aren't doing that. These people aren't doing that because that wouldn't get them enough clicks. They're not age restricting it because that would lower their viewership. Children are seeing these fucking thumbnails.
I don't recall ever having sex on a mountain or sex at all, but go off, I guess. You'll notice immediately on these videos that the comments
look at the name of the fucking account. Little girl.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Very negative. They're complaining about the fact that these videos do not match the title or the thumbnail. The content doesn't match because it's obviously misleading and it's pissing people off. Posting clickbait is how you get your kneecaps destroyed. These are the comments under the video called Numi is trying to fuck Buff so hard. And of course, that's not at all what I'm talking about in the video. And then you look at the
I mean, yeah, she said it's not what she's talking about in the video. Did she deny that she's not trying to do it?
Comments. In which part of these whole 4-minute clips does Numi try to fuck Buff Pup?
Fucking caught.
This is such a clickbait. This is so clickbait. How are your subtitles so inaccurate? Maybe learn some English. Maybe she's using speech recognition software.
Well, look at this. Let's look at the suggestions. Numi finds out about Sender's new alerts. How Numi's first kiss led to one L after another. Iron Mouse about dating struggles. Numi will never find a boyfriend. Only a female could do this. And then, oh, here we go. Saruki will milk you dry.
Saruki? Bro, somebody help this guy. Somebody help this guy. He's having a fucking senior moment. He's having a senior fucking crash out. Holy
and then,
shit.
in case that's not enough, and you've still got some left over, you've got Lola Bunny for roughly 4.5 minutes.
Generate the caption. It's AI generated crap. So this brings something else to the table.
She's right.
Here.
She's smart.
All of these videos have the same kind of format. A very, very misleading title.
Yeah.
A very, very misleading thumbnail with the top having the same exact layout of text.
Yep.
Something extremely erotic. NSFW.
I do think that Lola Bunny should have never. They should have made, like, if that could.
Just something that you wouldn't or shouldn't be looking at on YouTube. I like hard sex. I want to screw. I want sex.
Nice. Clipped, farmed, baited, clipped, farmed, baited.
I love balls.
This sounds like the next clip.
You guys are free to clip that if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
Because at least this is something that I'm actually saying. Something that me and my mom.
I like how all three of us reached the same conclusion at the same time. That's great.
And my team have found out is that, yes, a common theme on videos like this, from this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, and this channel. We realized when we looked at the More button, there's the About page. And you'll find that if you go to the About page on every single—
Numi! You failed! Numi! It's okay, I forgive her.
Lucy Pyre is down bad.
Even the one with no videos, they all share a similar AI-generated description about their profile and their page. It's all very similar.
Bro, this is some random guy in some random European country, maybe some African country.
Damn. You really put all the blame on fucking Europe. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, why not American? Because, guys, nobody runs low-quality AI slop channels from America. Duh.
And he is just farming. He is farming, bro. Like, yes.
He is farming.
And yes, it's a guy. In Yugoslavia? I didn't know they got rid of that one. They got patched out. Is Kazakhstan still a thing? Do they still have Kazakhstan, or did that one get patched out too?
Clipping is my hobby, and I'd love to help build a thriving community of VTube fans. Let's come together and support our favorite VTubers. The chat GPT really leapt off the page for me.
We saw, okay, all right, so yeah, it's a guy from Kazakhstan. Exactly, yeah, there we go.
And then made us realize, oh, this is likely all ran by the same exact person.
Yeah, of course.
And the same exact person is using AI-generated stuff to create this content. I mean, look at the profile picture and the banner. This is AI-generated. And then you look and then you see it's the same exact way that they're doing everything because they're probably aware of the fact.
And I feel the need to point out that I'm pretty sure that this will just become more and more of a problem as we go along. Like, the more fucking clip channels get made, the more clipping becomes this thing that people see it as profitable, the more AI bullshit you get.
That these new accounts that they're making are likely going to get demonetized or taken off. So they just make a new one.
Yeah, of
they're
course.
making a bunch to capitalize off of this as much as they can.
That's right.
And I know that it's bad enough that they're going after me, but they're also going after my friends like Lucy, like Lily, with completely misleading content.
Lucy probably wants that, to be fair.
This bro thinks I have no fucking morals. No fucking principles. If you're gonna goon bait my content, you better make sure it's the goon bait that I made, and not your fucking fantasy, not your fucking crazy bullshit lies. You better tell the truth, 'cause I've given you mountains, heaps, fucking piles of content to farm off of me. But you hate the controller clip? Well, if I hate the controller clip, you want to know what? You want to know what my response is? I don't do the controller bit anymore. I did it. I have no one to blame but myself for the controller clip. It's my fault. I take credit for my own fucking mistakes. But this shit? fucking wants this shit. We don't want other people lying about our fucking brand.
Titles and completely misleading videos that have nothing to do with what's actually being talked about. Content aside, these kind of titles shouldn't even be on YouTube in the first place. How are these allowed? And then you go over and then you look and you sit here wondering to yourself, how is this kind of stuff allowed? Surely YouTube is going to be taking...
No, really. It's actually crazy. I also got, and I did report this channel, and I got, like, other people to report it, but there is this one fucking guy who was using my Anime Makes Me Come song and explicitly making YouTube shorts to show it to children. Like, with fucking AI-generated baby kittens and shit. It was fucking revolting. Like, these AI people are just the lowest of the low. These people who make AI slop, holy fuck.
Down this kind of content, right?
Yeah.
But then you go over and look at one of my friends' accounts and notice that their ASMR account...
Did you get it killed? I'm pretty sure it's been taken down. I just don't know why you would do something like that. I genuinely don't fucking know what goes through your head to make you do that.
Taken down. They deny her appeal when all she's doing is ASMR. Just look at...
The reason why is because it gets reported more often. Like, the truth is that the reason why these videos are up is because these channels are fucking irrelevant. Like, 3,000 views. I was about to say updates.
Yes, they don't generate a click, but you have to remember that despite people not watching the video, it gets put in their feed and they see the thumbnail and they see the title. And that's where the problem comes in, is that people who we could have had, who might have liked us, who might have been a part of our community, who might have enjoyed our fucking content, will generate this impression on us based like, oh, she's weird and she talks about sucking balls and her experience fucking getting run through by 50 dudes at one point on the bleachers in the cheerleading outfit. Guys, that didn't actually happen, that was a dream. Okay, so I'm just fucking... Are you done? I don't know if you guys could hear that. Some fucking car just had to do that. It's very annoying. I hate when they do that. Anyway, interrupting my ass, interrupting women every single goddamn time. What really bothers me is the thousands more people who didn't click on the video because the video fucking sucks, obviously. Okay? They didn't click on it, and now they have their idea, oh, Numi talks about loving hard sex on stream. And that makes me upset.
3,000 views, this is like nothing. So the reason why that girl's channel got deleted is because a lot of people reported it. So if a lot of people report something, it'll get removed. And that's why this person has a bunch of channels lined up, because they know what's going to happen. ASMR is lewd 90% of the time. Oh yeah, no, but I don't think 90%. I think it's more like 99%.
Can we be honest about it, guys? Can we be honest about it? I know there's the cope. I know there's the cope. I know there's the cope take. The cope take is, guys, I don't jerk off to ASMR. Guys, I just use it to relax. Do you get a tingle in your pee-pee when you hear it, though? Like, just a little a tingle? Just, like, a little bit? Because I can't sleep to ASMR. It's not consistent enough. Shizzy Kai, thank you so much for the 2 months. I appreciate it.
Down at the comments, you're going to see how upset people are by the clickbait titles. They're going to complain and dislike it, but then you're also going to see a few people assume that I'm the one posting them.
My wooden soup to sleep is so lewd, guys. I'm sorry, that's what good pussy sounds like.
Or that it's an actual fan posting them. It's not only giving off the impression that I'm misleading viewers, but this content in general is just overtly sexual and just untrue. One could argue that because I make offhand dirty comments on my stream, it would make sense for these videos to come up, which...
This is what, like, the entire comment section of this video is, by the way. Because I just had to read the fucking comments. I just had to read the fucking comments. By the way, full disclosure, I've already watched Numi's original video. I already watched the Numi original video. I have not seen Asmongold's reaction to it. I scrolled through the fucking comments. It was a bunch of people who didn't watch the video. Numi is not asking you to not lewd her, okay? None of us are asking you to not lewd us. We don't care about that. We are asking that people don't make fake bullshit up and lie and say we did or said things that we didn't. That's it. We're not saying lewd equals bad. Don't lewd us. That's not what's happening here.
I know it's a common theme with some of my videos regarding the games I play or the jokes that I make about my favorite anime characters and my lackluster love life. But I digress. There's a difference between that and misleading viewers in such a harmful way with content that would lead viewers to believing something that isn't real.
I think that doing this is a form of creep-shotting, basically. And
creep-shotting?
This is a big... So there's a lot of people that have a problem understanding consent. I feel like about once a month we find out that there's a new streamer that doesn't understand what consent is.
That's a funny way of saying we have a new streamer who's going to jail every like 3 months. Chalky Source, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Blah blah.
And so the big issue with women
Hydration?
being sexualized and sexualizing themselves, the big problem is that a lot of people don't understand the nuance that women want to be the one that controls when they are sexualized and when they're not sexualized.
Isn't that true for anyone? Wouldn't anyone want to control that? Like, wouldn't you want to have like your moment where it's like, hey, I made this dirty joke. Now let's all make a dirty joke together. And then you're fucking putting together your Lego set and someone says, jiggle your tits. Like, it's like, wouldn't everybody feel that way? Or, I don't know, Chatty. I mean, would you jiggle your tits at him while sobbing, tears running down your face? Your manly fucking chest? God, that's so hot.
I don't think that women have a problem being sexy, but they do have a problem with people trying to make them look sexy when they're just trying to relax. And so
See, that's true. And this is reminding me, this is one of the comments that I read down, oh my God, on this video. It was a guy who said, if you're not okay with being sexualized in a different context when you've already sexualized yourself, well, that makes you a hypocrite. Guys, if you're willing to piss in the toilet but not piss in the children's park, you're a hypocrite, okay? If you're willing to shit in the toilet but you're not willing to shit on your boss's desk, that makes you a hypocrite, okay? If you're willing to be naked in your own home but you're not willing to be naked at Walmart, you're fucking hypocrite. If you do something ever, you better be okay with doing it at any time, any day, any fucking location, any fucking situation. You better stick to your goddamn guns, because you don't want to be a hypocrite motherfucker, do you? No!
So they want to have control over that and not be, you know, sexualized without their consent, or I think in this case, against their consent, or...
What's wrong with being naked at Walmart? You're right, that was a bad example.
Be sexualized in a way that's, I would say not like really misleading, but it's exploitative. And I don't know why this is such a big problem that a lot of people don't understand. But man, a lot of people really don't get this, do they?
This is a shocking take from Asmongold. This is a very, 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 very shocking take from Asmongold. Actually insane.
I don't get it. Because to me, like growing up, like this, I'm not going to get up on a soapbox about this, but like growing up, I was taught never to touch somebody without their consent like that. Never.
This guy's like, he's like, guys, I don't know about you, but I was taught that like, if you touch someone and they didn't say you could do it, it's kind of like a crime. Are you saying this like it's fucking crazy? I don't know. Maybe to his chat it is crazy.
Never do that. Like never be aggressive like that. Like always at like, of course. Like I don't know why people do this, and that's a huge issue.
Even if people feel a certain way about me,
don't be weirdo.
And these videos become more popular, these accounts realize that they can profit off of these kinds of videos and just do the same exact thing, but with other streamers and other YouTubers and other VTubers.
It definitely must be happening already for like other female streamers, which makes me feel bad.
And this stuff is just gonna get worse and worse. And
it's all over TikTok too.
Unfortunately, we put on the algorithm and deter viewers from looking at actual content of me or other streamers and build up this perception that this is how we are, when that's never really the case at all. It's also really interesting to know how these titles even slide in the first place. People can argue this and that, whatever.
The reason why they slide is because they use these different asterisks in order to avoid the YouTube.
It's so fucking stupid. Me, when I'm making a video that talks about slightly lewd topics and I'm paranoid the entire time, fucking like censoring shit left and right, trying to fucking make sure that I won't get demonetized the instant I upload it. And then these guys are just like, what if I just put an asterisk in here and I can just say I like hard sex and it'll be fine and I won't get demonetized? Like, what is your damn system?
Auto mod. And that's why they have so many channels and they know what to censor and they know how they can slide under the radar. It's because of what do you call it? Trial and error. Do you think you're the first person that this has happened to? No, this creep has probably done this to 10 other girls before her.
But on my streams...
Have any of your songs been monetized? The rules for songs are very different. So all of my songs are monetized. Because for whatever reason, YouTube believes that songs can pretty much be as sexual as you want, and they won't demonetize them. I don't know why.
On Twitch, they're set to 18 and up because I'm aware of how bad my potty mouth is or how dirty my jokes can be.
What if I made a really long, like, lewd video talking about a lewd topic, but I just did it in like a song style, do you think I'd get away with it?
I'm so fortunate with my community that most of them can look at these videos and know that this isn't true because they actually watch my videos. But then there are going to be these people that want to get to know me or want to get to know some other streamer that's getting put on the spot.
Here's what the problem is, and this is what happened.
Here's my favorite visual novel, Kinks, man. Here's my #1 kink, man. I like when there's two girls and they're related in my fucking anime. I know it makes me kinda gay as a girl liking that crazy shit, but it's just in my southern heritage. Got him.
Happens with a lot of girl streamers, and it's also kind of an unintended secondary, like a second order outcome of like, or third order, I guess, if you think about it, outcome of OnlyFans is that because a lot of girls on Twitch have OnlyFans, it creates a community of people that ask girls to make OnlyFans. And really, you might think that this is an innocent thing to say, but what you're effectively asking somebody to do is to sell porn of themselves. And if you would...
It's so true. It's so true. Guys, stop asking me about the OnlyFans. I'll never work with OnlyFans. Maybe if they cut me a good deal. I could do the Fillion thing. Not actually porn, but like the bait. The debate, you know?
Ask somebody to do this at like a work environment or something, this would make them very uncomfortable. And if you ask somebody to do this in real life, it would probably also make them uncomfortable. So what's happened is that you've had an increasingly more sexualized group of like content, and I think that it creates an expectation that people will create content like that. So when you have like, there's a lot of girl streamers that have this problem that they create content that maybe sometimes every once in a while it's a little cutesy, maybe a little baity, a little showy, but for the most part they just basically do their stream and that's it. But when you have clippers that are creating a community of gooners around them, when that's not really what they're looking for, what ends up happening is that those people come into that girl's stream expecting her to talk about hard sex, expecting her to talk about wanting to fuck. And then they start talking to her that way, and it probably makes her very uncomfortable. So that's you can see how this is a domino effect. Like I want you guys to kind of see how all these things fit together. Because it's not something that happens immediately. It's like it happens and this happens and something else happens, right?
I hope there's nobody out there who has come to my stream from a fucking clip that they saw on one of these channels and asked me about it. But it probably did happen and I didn't know what they were talking about, so I just instantly banned them.
Why are we giving attention to a Coomer baiting VTuber or complaining about Coomer baiting VTubers? That's not what's happening. If you think that's the conversation, then you're... I mean, look, that's not my fault.
And get the wrong impression of them.
You just called us
kind of sucks. It really sucks.
Stupid.
I have an audience that's well aware of me and my personality so that it won't affect me as severely as it could affect other channels that likely depend on clips to be known out there. They don't have as much reach. And it sucks. It sucks that that's a thing.
Jack Black, thank you very much for the 11 months.
Happy
I appreciate
11 months,
it.
Lucy,
Thank
Lucy
you.
P. Heart, Lucy
Sucks that
P.
these
Heart,
channels
Lucy
are
P.
coming
Kissy,
up, and I
Lucy P.
really just
Kissy.
wanted to make this video to just showcase how silly these videos are and these channels are. These stupid AI-generated channels made by these people who can lie about being a fan to hide their true intent of wanting to profit and monetize off of these poor viewers who have no idea about their streamer that they're
And I feel like they've all got to be underage, right? Because, like, think about it. Who the fuck sees shit like this and then clicks on it because they genuinely believe like it's real? I mean, I'm assuming either underage, so the brain hasn't developed yet, or someone who's just like really low IQ, or somebody who's very gullible.
Watching. And like I said,
well, the average audience of the people that are watching that is probably 14.
See?
I would hope.
Know that I have my own content. I have a bunch of channels.
If it's a bunch of kids, I really don't care. Kids are not allowed in my stream.
That even if they don't get as many views or this or that, I know that it's reaching my audience and they're getting to know me and know that, I'm silly. I make dirty jokes sometimes. I'm goofy. I'm a girl failure, but I'm also somebody who does other things. And I know that's the case with so many other people that are streaming.
Guys, this is so true. I'm horny because no dick, but sometimes I don't just make sex joke. I also make 9/11 joke. And that's what makes me special.
And people could say like, oh, you deserve this, you deserve that. But you would hate if people would make up all of this fake shit about you too. It's not a matter of this or...
It's very simple. She obviously sexualizes herself on her stream, but it makes her uncomfortable when people sexualize her against her consent on different YouTube channels, especially when they're doing it on a false premise that didn't even happen.
Damn, it's that easy.
It's actually such an easy thing to understand. And if people can't understand that...
What is this? What is this? I thought the fucking... Okay, when I think of Asmongold these days, I think about his tweet where he was clearly baiting people, and he was just like, they don't have pretty girls working at the stores no more. When I was younger, they used to have sexy women working at GameStop. Now every day it's just hogs, straight hogs. And I figured out it's because all the pretty girls are at home working on fucking OnlyFans. And then people got really mad. So I was expecting a much different take. I was expecting to mold a little bit.
I don't know what to say.
That it's what it's
what do they say about stopped clocks?
Matter of what's real and what isn't. If you're gonna do a clickbaity gooner title, shouldn't it actually be a real fucking gooner thing? Jesus Christ!
No, because it gets less views.
If you're gonna do something like that, do it like my Azure Lane video with a big feed in the back.
That's bullshit, man. Come on, I say so much shit that I feel like would get good views, but the Clippers never fucking do that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I just hope that making a video like this will help bring to light how
maybe I have too
fucked
high
up
of an
these channels can
opinion
be.
myself.
And if you do see these channels, to try your best to report them and get rid of them. I'm hoping that by making a video like this, we can all kind of band together.
And here's the thing, I think it's very based that Numi was able to get a lot of these channels taken down already. And I think that's what's really nice about the VTuber community, which, by the way, is a bit of a silly thing to say. I know. VTuber isn't really a fucking community. But it would be remiss to not acknowledge that a lot of VTubers share the hobby of watching anime girls be down bad on fucking stream. And so it is nice when they band together and they fucking say, we won't accept this on our side of the platform, and they get together and they fucking report those people. I think that's great. I think it'll become harder as VTubers get more popular and like they just get more views and they get reports, I guess. But for now, I am very fucking proud of my audience, of Numi's audience, of Lily's audience, of everybody's audience who was affected by these clips, which is a big number of fucking VTubers. I am very proud of everybody involved. And I'm very proud of Numi for making this video because she could have told herself, like those fucking Asmongold chatters, nobody cares, it's boring, but she fucking stood up for what was right. Base Numi.
Together, every kind of community of somebody that's been affected by this, that we can all come together and we can mass report these accounts. You can bring up a menu and you can report the image or the title.
She's so
you can report it for sexual content or spam or misleading content.
Sweetie.
And then hopefully, if enough of us band together with this, we can try our best to take down these accounts and hopefully help.
I don't know why you guys are saying, no, I don't want to do this, doubt, like stupid and everything. Like, isn't it a bad thing that people are just making slop channels that are spamming posts that are fake about people?
No, I love slop. No. Me need my slop. Me need slop. Me love slop. Slop, love slop. Slop, love. Slop, love. I love how his chat has no fucking principles too, because they're just like, oh, I don't care. And then the moment he calls them out, they're just like, you're right. Oh my god, the fucking dick sucking.
Like, I mean, isn't this bad, like, on a fundamental level? I feel like this is such a circumstantial, there's such a circumstantial pushback for this, and I don't really see why it's happening.
Yeah, they folded
It's a
quick.
tiny issue. I don't think so.
Like
I actually think that it's a very
origami,
common issue, and I think it'll become worse every single year. Because right now it's easier to do it with VTubers, but I think it also happens with other female streamers, and I think it will happen with more types of fan bases and more types of media as well, as generative AI gets better.
I mean, eventually they'll just be able to generate the clips, right? Eventually they'll just be able to make a convincing enough AI slop where it's like, oh wow, look, Numi is talking about hard sex. And then it's just AI fucking generated shit. That'd be crazy.
Make the VTubing clipping sphere just a little bit more bearable. And I'm really sorry that I had to make something like this, but I think complaining about it on streams isn't going to do any good because those aren't the things that are going to get clipped anyway. And I guess the best way to go about it is to just talk to you like this and say, hey, that stuff is not me. Those videos are very misleading and they're preying on you and your view to benefit them. And if you guys want actual good clippers or actual good content.
And so chat, why are you confused? Well, I know this must be very upsetting for some people. But I'm really actually not that big of an incel.
What? What? Exit out, exit out, exit out, exit out, exit out, exit out, exit out.
And you can talk to any girl that I've interacted with for my entire history of streaming, and you're not going to find a single one that said I've done anything other than just be a gentleman. I'm not manipulative. I'm not rude. I'm not.
It is true. He does not have any accusations yet. Something that you can't say for everyone.
Like obnoxious to people or anything like that. I don't treat people that way. I'm sure that, you know,
yes.
there's been friction
Why
with like maybe
are you
an ex
all posting yet? Holy shit, Asmon, your fucking ops are here. Holy base.
girlfriend or something like that. Arguments, sure, but otherwise, absolutely not. I don't operate that way. And I don't, to be
I don't know, guys. I don't know. He sounds a little bit suspicious.
honest, on a personal level, like at least a lot of my close friends, I mean, I don't know about every single one, but like a lot of my, like, I don't know anybody that acts like that.
Incredible viewers of my community and my friends' communities who post just really good clips of me and my friends or a bunch of other streamers that you know and love. They are out there. They're good. They're great. They are not AI. And they're doing so with the intent of helping the clipping ecosystem, helping you guys find the streamer that you like or the Oshi that you like without making you go, what? There's no.
I think clippers are great. I do think that there are a lot of clippers who, obviously this is their job. I'm not gonna like hit like on them or shit on them for doing something for money, making money off of it. It is true that the clip ecosystem is like helping a lot of streamers get discovered, and that's great. However, I feel like a lot of them do not watch the people that they clip, and they just choose whatever they think will get them the most views. And I feel like that can be irresponsible sometimes. I feel like sometimes that's irresponsible, you know?
Way this is real, when most of the time it isn't. Thank you guys.
I mean, okay, sorry for fucking pausing again. But I don't think that they have time to watch every single streamer, which is fine. But I do wish that there was a bit more variety in the type of clips I saw. Because I know for a fact way better moments happen than what's getting clipped and put on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like there's gotta be a way that you can clip it and ship it and clickbait it. Vroom, vroom, motherfucker! Jesus, I'm talking here!
Thanks for listening if you made it to the end of this, and let's do our best to make a beautiful community this 2025.
Cars hate women.
Love you guys. Bye.
I think that there are going to be a lot of people who have like a negative perception of this video because they might not like the fact that this girl, you know, kind of, I mean, like her character is designed to be sexually appealing to men. That's
my favorite thing about this is how they keep reiterating that this Numi is designed to be sexually appealing, and like, yeah, she's very sexually appealing. Bro, her necklace is blocking her cleavage somewhat. This is nothing. If you guys can't handle this, you're gonna have to stay far away from our community. Okay, you have to go stay over there. Stay far over there because this is tame as shit.
It's definitely true. But I think that you run into a double problem when you have people that take it too far and clip things and then turn it into being even more weird. So two other people that have been victims of this recently have been Senna and also Valkyrie. What's been happening with them is that people have taken comments or things that they've said on podcasts with Valkyrie's example, and they've taken it out of context and then turned it into being like a extremely crazy sexual context, and then reposted it with logos of like Stake or like Roobet or one of these other like gambling websites. And they're basically, so what they're doing is they're like sexualizing this person in a way that they didn't necessarily intend, and also profiting off of it, farming it. Like I think that's really. It's kind of cringe, right? It's kind of cringe. I've seen it with Kai. Yeah, exactly. People are doing it with everyone. And
that's like the hell scenario. You getting clipped out of context and people trying to, like, starting to believe that you're into sex and shit like that, like talking about that on stream. And then also the people clipping you and doing this are advertising fucking gambling websites. This is the hell scenario. Actual pure fucking hell. Hydration? Oh.
No way she said that. Like, yeah, she keeps what in her drawer after stream? Like, I can think of a million fucking titles for this. And sexualizing yourself versus someone else sexualizing you, it's pretty simple. You know what? I thought so until I went online, and apparently fucking not. So I want to say that obviously Numi has to understand that people, like, if you have a character like this, there are a lot of people that are watching your thing, and they're looking for a GFE. That's a girlfriend
I hope
experience
so.
for anybody
God, I
who
hope
actually
so, 'cause I'm
has,
looking for
you know,
BFE.
who's had a girlfriend before in real life. If you haven't,
on
you
the hunt.
already know what a GFE is, like I do. And so anyway, that happens, and yeah.
My ideal chatter, I'm sorry, my ideal chatter is somebody who either does not have a girlfriend or a wife, or at least won't fucking talk to me about it, and will give me all of his attention while he's here. Okay? I'm looking for the BFE chatter. The BFE fucking chatter.
A big fucking surprise, this is how things go, right? This is exactly it. VTuber aren't incoming? Oh, I don't know about that, right? Am I crazy for thinking it's less egregious as an animated character? So here's where the problem is, and here's where it comes from. And it's the same issue that Senna and Valkyrie, and like there's a bunch of other people that obviously have had this happen too. The issue that they have is that when you have a ecosystem of people that are creating content that sexualize you against your consent, and
I would hope that Valkyrie and Pokimane, and I guess, dude, I'm just naming like the few Flesh women streamers that I know. I would hope that they would be mobilizing their communities to do the same when they see shit like that. But I assume it's on a much bigger scale for them. It's a lot harder. It's probably like playing whack-a-mole. If they even manage to get rid of one, there's another right around the corner. Which makes me scared for the future of VTubing a little bit.
in ways that...
Oh, I also know it's like really prevalent for HoloLive. Like, there are so many people targeting HoloLive streamers for shit like this. Niji Sanji streamers just lying about what they're saying to sexualize them and clickbait. And that's fucked up too.
Are unintentional. It's basically like taking upskirt photos. When you build a community like that, or like, you know, people that take photos of like a girl leaning over, it's like, remember back in the day, like any gaming female streamer, if you look at her top clips, none of them were.
My favorite thing about Bao is that one of her most viewed clips is literally just her standing up and like you can see the curve of her ass through like, I can't believe, like was her fucking dress or pants or whatever. But like Bao is so goddamn funny. You could literally clip like any random 5-minute segment from her stream and she probably drops a banger.
For gaming. Every single one was her walking away from the camera. I mean, I can't be the only one that forgot about this. Yeah, I mean,
Bro, being a Flesh female streamer is insane, dude. Why would you do this to yourself?
What are we doing? That's overreaching. It is. It's overreaching. It's crazy. And so that's what's really going on. Those are drawings, though, unlike the Valkyrie situation. Well, I didn't finish my point. So the point that I'm making is that it doesn't matter whether they're drawings or not. Because when a person creates an ecosystem, like for example, like here's a interesting parallel.
I have mixed feelings on this. Okay, here's the fact of the matter. If you are a woman in life and you have tits and you're exposing yourself to an audience, someone's gonna want to fuck you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shockingly, way less of my audience wants that from me than I thought they would. I'm working on it. Don't talk to me about that. But the point is, there are girls who don't want that. There are girls who just want to be acknowledged for their content and they don't want to be sexualized. That's fine. I respect their wish. However, there are people who truly don't give a shit. They're going to make drawings. They're going to generate porn of them. And that's why I think being a VTuber is superior, okay? Because where's the fucking boundary there when you're a female Flesh streamer? Where's the boundary? That's how you get the situation where female streamers were being fucking generated porn of them. Very disturbing, by the way. Very fucking disturbing. But if somebody draws art of me, like getting a train run on me, I'm just gonna look at it and say base. Why? Because it's Lucy fucking Pyre. Okay? I don't have to look at that and be like, oh god, what if my fucking grandma sees that? My grandma doesn't understand anime. She doesn't get anime culture. I like having that separation. I think it's healthy too. I genuinely would never be a fucking female Flesh streamer. There will never be a face reveal. Ever. Never. It's not happening.
DSP. We all know Darkside Phil. There is an entire ecosystem that is larger than him that is about shitting on him. The whole detractor ecosystem. The
detractor ecosystem. Okay, but here's the thing. You know you're fucking huge when you have a detractor ecosystem. There are no detractor ecosystems for people who are small. It just doesn't exist.
Ecosystem creates a feedback effect in his stream that makes the stream more negative and worse.
Ugh.
So when these girls have a person like this that comes onto their platform that comes from these clips and is expecting this girl to be a hoe or talk about dildos all the time or talk about sex all the time, and they start asking for that because that's what the clips have been posting and that's what they think that they're going to get, then you have a problem. And I think that's what's clearly happening. It's a Gooner death loop, yes. And I understand, again, that a lot of people... you know, are not very sympathetic to this for numerous different reasons. A lot of people think that in a lot of cases, and
fucking subscribe to her, guys. Go subscribe to Numi. She deserves it.
And I do have, I'll be honest, guys. I'll say it. I have a number of incel viewpoints. I do, but I don't
I have a number of incel viewpoints. I do.
only have incel viewpoints.
Wait, he's just like me. I too am the same way. I too get mad at women over many things, even things that they can't help. But sometimes, and I mean only sometimes, I get where they're coming from.
I think there are some things that people are right about, some things they're not. And I think that this is one of those things where a little bit of compassion and a little bit of, you know, putting yourself in the shoes of another person and thinking about, again, those second and third order effects from this type of behavior, I think it will really help you understand why this is an issue.
I would like to believe that a lot of Asmon's audience is lurkers and that they just don't weigh in or they don't talk in the chat because it's so fucking toxic in there. Because whenever I look at his chat sections or his comments, it's just very hateful, mean people who I genuinely believe are at risk of murdering someone at any given point in the day. Like, I get the feeling that they just do not like other human beings in general.
So yeah, that's it. You're incel light.
Which, by the way, I totally get, like, not liking people, but, like, there's like a limit.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I would say I'm all the way. But, I mean, maybe that's stolen valor. Who says this isn't the, who's to say this isn't the new version of OnlyFans link in bio? Yeah, they're exploiting incels. Let incels
all femcels is just an incel stolen valor. Get it, guys? Because technically any woman could go to, like, a truck and, like, get fucked and get herpes, and that means that any femcel is just stolen valor.
exploit them back. I don't think they're exploiting incels. I don't like this mindset that men are, I really don't like the mindset that men are not able, or women are not able to control their behavior or their intentions. If you are a adult and you are doing something because somebody else did something on the internet, you are accountable for your actions.
Oh yeah, see, I've been seeing this, like, discourse. It was from Chasia, I don't know if you remember. She basically just made a post talking about how her life changed. She used to be a ballerina, and now she's a hentai artist. And there were legitimately people who got mad at her and said that she fell, and that her job is to, like, manipulate men and to fucking scam men into like, looking at hentai. Why is it just men? What do you mean? Why is it just men? I too look at hentai. I too am being manipulated. Can you also think about my feelings in the matter? Can you stop being fucking selfish for 5 seconds? I too am being forced to look at this against my will. I can't control myself. I just have no choice. I just can't. It's impossible. I think it's fucking based that she draws hentai for a living. There was that girl who started an OnlyFans instead of continuing her computer science degree. Could she even afford to continue her computer science degree? I just don't think most people start OnlyFans because it's like their dream in life. I said this before when we were watching the Lily Phillips video. I don't think anyone does that because they're like, oh, this is my dream. I want to be a whore and have sex for money. No, they probably can't afford something and then they get addicted to the money. You know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people get addicted to money and it turns them into an asshole or someone who's a little bit, what's the word? Somebody who has a little bit of a low moral standard. Blood Ninja, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the Cringe Empire. Blah blah. Asera Astral, welcome. The money changes you. It truly does. Plus 99% of OnlyFans isn't making money anyways. Isn't that the black pill too? Like 99% of these women starting fucking OnlyFans aren't making money anyway. It's all being held by like the fucking 1%. It's just like Twitch. Most people streaming on the platform aren't making money off of it. Okay? It's mostly just a couple of successful creators who got lucky enough to be in their position that they are today. You know? Moral standard is subjective. You're right. I mean, I don't know, guys. I feel like some things are objective, like pissing in the pool. It's morally bad to not piss in the pool.
Whether you're getting mad,
Does that make you the 1% we should be eating? Guys, I'm just a girl.
you're really happy, you're donating, you're refunding, you are the adult, you have free will, you are making that choice. They prey on underage viewers,
Very
though.
hot take.
She said that she marked her stream 18+. So if she marks her stream 18+,
Genuinely, if you're a child, get the fuck out of my stream. It grosses me out to think about you being here. Condemned Saints, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate it.
and
Let's
then
go for 1 year.
somebody clicks I'm 18, I'm not going to go and have a fucking conniption fit about this when most of the porn websites do the exact same thing. So are we really going to act like this VTuber with a low-cut t-shirt is more of a problem than hardcore porn on Pornhub? What are we talking about? It's an absolutely, completely distorted value.
No, if it has tits, it's porn. It's porn. I can't stop jerking off. I can't stop jerking off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, but there are whole countries that genuinely believe this. So, like, if a woman shows shoulder in public, then, like, it's, like, really fucking lewd.
So yeah, that's the way that I feel about this. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be, I think kind of negative towards her, but I completely support her, and I can...
I am pleasantly surprised. I was expecting a way different take. I don't think I should get too excited and think he's turning over a new leaf in terms of his takes, but genuinely not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh no, not the exposed soldier. Guys, are my shoulders turning you on? Okay, but did you know, I don't know if they'd overturned this yet, but apparently in Japan they banned the ponytail because it's too sexy. And then it made me thinking, should all of us just get ponytail hairstyles instead of like bothering with all this other shit? Because like, if my job is to appeal sexually to men, I should just do all the things that are banned in school. Show shoulder, show butt, show shoulder, show tummy. Like all of that is what I should be doing in order to do my fucking job. That's why ponytail is peak. It's harder to see on the VTuber model though, that's the problem with it. Anyway, now we have fucking Reddit shit. I don't know what to expect from this. I just opened the links from the recent stuff. Wait, what is this? Oh shit, loud. Oh fuck, loud. Oh fuck. Oh my god, guys, it's me! It's my game! Daddy, if I were a Game Boy, would you play me? Would you take me with you on a car ride and play my video? Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be exciting? Ah, la, 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 la. So cute. Ah, la, 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 la. Good me. Oh shit, I forgot I'm not signed in on this one. Yeah, guys, let me just make a new Reddit profile. Guys, what should I cook? I don't want to mess this up. Not spaghetti. Not fucking spaghetti. Okay, after Undertale, too many mentions of spaghetti, and then I have my own trauma with spaghetti. As long as you don't put spaghetti on the plate, you're probably gonna make it. But if you want to get super lucky, don't cook anything. Just go to Panda Express, get double Kung Pao chicken, and give me chow mein and super greens, and then I'll fucking come right then and there. Like, probably have a spontaneous orgasm. What color? If you're not see-through purple. Wait. If you're not see-through purple, I still would, but I wouldn't tell anyone. Wait, what? What's going on? Joe Diamond, welcome. Very cute, very cute. Lucy's cooked. Oh my god, guys, I'm in the rice cooker! Is this cultural appropriation? Wait, guys, it's not bad for me to... I mean, they put me there. Chris, you put me in the rice cooker. I'm not taking credit for this. Very cute. Oh my god, I bet I'm so warm and cozy in there. Davion Vale, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. I appreciate it. Lucy Loving Chat. Oh, this is such cute art! Oh, I love the colors! The color's so cute. Oh my god. Wait, I can't zoom in. God damn, Reddit sucks. Anyway. Oh my god, so kawaii, so kawaii. Lucy Pyre Guess Who parody. Is this what I think it is? Is this what I think it is? Is this that one thing with the Korean audio?
우리 자기 뭐 하고 있을까? 응? 뭐 하는 거야?
Why are you jerking off?
깜짝 놀래켜줘야지. 누구게?
It is what I think!
누굴까? 손가락에 반지가
I
없는
love
거
this
보니
fucking
미나구나.
meme.
장난하면 못 꺾어버린다.
당연히 농담이지.
그러면 이제 맞춰봐.
The editing is so sick in this.
잠깐 졸았네. 요즘 너무 피곤해서 말이야.
이제 대답해.
질문이 뭐였지?
뭐긴 뭐야, 내가 누구냐고.
아, 누구긴 누구야. 우리 자기지.
이 새끼 머리 쓰는 거 보소.
자기야, 이제 손 치워줘. 눈알 뽑힐 것 같아.
자기 누구?
그게 무슨 뚱딴지 같은 소리야. 자기가 누구냐니.
닥치고
You
이름
wouldn't
말해.
recognize my voice over Cinder.
전화 찬스.
그딴 거 없어.
너 진짜 내가 모를 거라고 생각하는 거야?
수작 부리지 마, 이 새끼야.
너 지금 나 의심하는 거야, 맞지?
이름 말하는 게 그렇게 어려워?
이건 이름의 문제가 아니야. 우리 신뢰의 문제지.
뭐냐, 그래, 끝까지 한번 가보자. 네가 내 이름 모른다에 내 왼쪽 엄지손가락 건다. 너는 뭐 걸래?
How would you not know if I mentioned my 600-pound dick? How would you not figure it out by that point?
이렇게까지
This is a fake chatty. This is a fake chatty.
쫄리는 건 내가 아니라 너겠지. 이 새끼 쇠파각 노리는 거 보소. 마지막 기회 줄 테니까 이 손 떼.
마지막 기회는 내가 너한테 주는 거야.
이제 더 이상 돌이킬 수 없어. 그래도 상관없는 거야? 뭐냐, 내가 바라던 바다. 오늘 둘 중 하나는 뒤지는 거야. 셋 세면 동시에 우리가 첫 키스했던 장소 말하는 거다. 고작 생각이 된다는 게 그거냐? 이런 귀여운 새끼. 쫄리면 돼지시던지. 아가리 그만 놀리고 시작하자.
I love how the voice
하나,
gets deeper too.
둘. 기도하냐? 가기 전에 마지막 한마디만 하게 해주라. 혀. 손이 많이 거칠어졌구나. 박효진. 틀렸어, 이 개새끼.
The NTR joke that I'll allow because I really like this meme. I really like this one. Yeah, guys, guys, believe that was really fucking good editing. Very good. I liked it a lot. Pretty fucking cool, if I do say so myself. We really need a voiceover of that. I'd have to say it so fucking fast. See, Doc, she really is in the walls. Oh my god. Wait, some of my wallpaper came off in a way that looked like a Lucy silhouette, so I drew Lucy in the walls. Guys, I think this person's schizophrenic. I don't think this looked like me at all. But that's okay. They drew me anyway, which is fucking based. Holy goddamn. Damn, bro. It looks just like me. Yeah, you see it? You also have schizophrenia. If you can see it, you might need to go to the doctor. If you are seeing the vision, interesting. Wait, what is this? Okay. Alright. Alright. This better be a good ratio of volume. This one is not working for me. Oh. I like this one actually. Guys. Caption this.
Ronaldinho success!
Why? Why, little bro? Why? It's time for me to learn how to play soccer. I think it's finally time. This meme convinced me. You convinced me, GMP. You did it. Shop this and like put something in my hand. What will you put in here, Chatty? Oh my god, so cute! Okay, you can put something in my hand. You can Photoshop this and like put something in my hand. What will you put in here? Chatty, if I'm holding you like this, am I accidentally touching like your penor? Is that where it is? Chatty. What will you put? Why can't I speak English? Why do I always stutter on stream? Like, shut the fuck up for 10 seconds and maybe if you took more time to speak, you wouldn't stutter so much. This bitch annoys me. Today, what will you put in my hand? Is that the stream from which 10MA doesn't remember? Oh yeah, 10Ma. It's so cute though, oh my god. The little demonite you made is so adorable. One Lucy Pirate Hall. Your scale sucks. Your scale fucking sucks. This is not a matter of like the information technically being inaccurate, but your scale sucks. Like, yeah. Why am I 5'0", by the way? You made me taller. You made me fucking taller. Like, what? The impression of the scale. Yeah, the scale has been going around. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Data is beautiful. Shut the fuck up. No, this would be deleted immediately. Deleted immediately for shit posting and bad data. Bad fucking data. Are you saying you'd rather be smaller? No! You guys are fucking intentionally misrepresenting me. I can't. Is that Lucy with heels? I'm killing you. I'm killing you. I'm killing you. We had a winter storm blow through and dump several inches of snow on us recently, so after shoveling my driveway, I made a snow theme in that. Oh my god, look at it! Why does it kind of look like cat ears here, though? Like, does anyone else feel that? Like, these are like cat ears instead of horns? Or is it just me? I'm getting that feeling. You can see it, yeah? This is the cat demonite. I do think it would be adorable if the demonite had like a cat girl form. Well, I guess it'd be cat boy in his case. You know, it's our son after all. But this is so cute. All you need is like some blueberries to make the triangle here, and then give him like little eyes, and then yeah, it'd be so adorable. Very, very cute. Top tier. This is a look of disappointment. Why the fuck would you put League of Legends next to me in any context or situation? What the hell is wrong with you? All I do in my life is make fun of— oh, by the way, guys, I got a response from Vienna. About League of Legends. Remember when I said that I would DM her because I wanted to tell her that I wanted her to quit? Because people say friends don't let friends play League of Legends. And I wanted her to know that I'm her friend. This is how she replied to me. Hey, Lucy! Wow, it takes a real friend to try to stop a League player. Unfortunately, it's too late. I am more League of Legends than person at this point. I fear if I remove it, I will lose all structural integrity of my body. However, if you really want to save us, you might have to queue up with Numi and I. Perhaps you can influence us from inside. First of all, I have to find out that Numi plays League of Legends, which is like, et tu brute. I am quite literally Julius fucking Caesar. I'm not happy. I am not pleased. I am upset. And I am betrayed. I expected better. No, I really did. I expected better. She touched it once, and yet Vienna's talking about it as if she's a frequent player. I just want you to know, I won't fall for this scam trick. I will not fall for the bullshit. I am not as silly-pilled as you think I am. Or maybe I am. Maybe I fucking am. What if I was just as silly-pilled as that?
Please
what
never
then?
play
You
League
wouldn't
of
do
Legends.
shit. Oh, my cat just made a noise. Brett Play, thanks so much for the 50 months. I appreciate it. Did you guys hear that? She sounded like she got yanked or something. She was like, meh. Poor baby. What are they doing to you out there? Are the demons fighting you again? Sometimes she starts acting schizophrenic and like fighting the walls. Does your cat ever do that? Just find like a certain piece of the wall to glare at and act like it's trying to start a problem with her? But hot women are playing. Those women, can they really be hot if they're playing League of Legends? I'm just saying, like, not to be toxic or anything. But are they really sexy if they're playing League of fucking Legends? I think not. I think not. I think they could do better. I think that they could be a better fucking influence on the community. But that's just me. That's just me. Stick to your guns, I will. Who am I going to raid? I'm sorry, I'm being annoying. Okay, I mentioned Stell by accident the other day, so we will raid her. It seems like she is still going. Let's go. Oh, she's playing Final Fantasy 14? Ooh, Final Fantasy 14. Guys, have you heard of that game before? I've heard it's a game that a lot of people play. I haven't seen it for myself, but maybe you guys are familiar with it. Like, maybe you guys know more about that content than I do. I mean, we'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you for submitting stuff to Reddit for me to react to. There are a couple videos I chose on my own in there as well. I had a good time. I always like these reaction streams because it's fun to just like talk about shit. You guys get to find out my thoughts and feelings on things, and I get to hear yours, and it makes me feel even closer to you. I get it. It's like good BFE for me. I hope it's good GF motherfucking E for you. You enjoyed your stay? Yippee! That's all that matters. As long as Chatty enjoys their stay, then I am fucking happy. And remember, when you see some dumb-ass fake clip on the internet, report it. Easy. And then click Do Not Recommend Channel. Some things in life can be simple. Some things in life do not have to be hard. And I believe this is one of the things that we, as VTuber enjoyers, can do. Because we're fucking better than normie watchers. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go! You'll keep an eye open? Well, make sure one of those eyes is trained on me. I won't be able to handle it if any of the attention leaves, not even for a second. I'm desperate. Oh shit, I'm getting timed out. Chatty, I love you. Thank you so much for today. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye! Bye, bye, bye.